Fruit.
Did we do a fruit on this campaign or the other one?
What's a good Christmas fruit?
Fruitcake.
Cranberry.
A partridge in a pear tree? Cranberries, yeah.
Fucking cranberries. Harry,
Cranberries.
every time we start a new stream, we have to say fucking with a fruit.
Okay.
Not that we're gonna fuck the fruit.
Some people think that you have to do something in the stream.
I am not judging.
Myself and Goldy.
No. All right, how's the volume of this, guys?
Yeah.
Is it too loud? Is it even?
It's a
good.
tiny bit loud, but.
All right, I'm gonna turn it. Actually,
Hello, chat.
I think I know why it was loud. Just because I was doing something on stream with it earlier. That should be about the level that we want.
Excuse me.
All right, yeah, Harry, if you want to turn the stream on, you can lurk, interact with chat at your leisure.
Hello, question mark.
Also, welcome to the stream, Harry. Applause, applause. Welcome, Harry. We'll see him soon.
We have a new challenger.
Let's just get right into it. No delays. Thanks, Mesh, for the 32. Okay.
Wait, let's go.
Did you join the roll 20 real quick, Harry? I need to get in there.
I am in roll 20.
Okay, so there's one thing I just need to do is attribute you to your character now. So edit, player journals,
Let's go.
Harry can be edited by Harry.
We're gonna die.
I also have to be able to control it as well. All right, Harry, you should be able to see your character in the character sheets.
No.
Okay, I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go.
I mean, technically, we've just come out of our tutorial town, so.
There you go.
Yeah, it does that for some reason, Carrie. I don't know why. Okay.
We're sticking to just D&D Beyond character sheets, right? This is just for tokens.
Yes, that's correct. Just for tokens and visuals. I will not. If there is any sort of fighting today, I'm not ready for it. So theater of the mind, you can anticipate today. So if anything, you just use your token to put it around, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I can't even show my cup with this camera.
Yeah.
And we're rolling on not roll 20. On.
You can roll wherever you want.
Can I roll in person?
Yes, you may.
All right. I won't do that today. Actually, wait. No, I lie. Yes, I fucking will.
I am the die.
All right.
Hang on. I'll be back. I haven't rolled in person in ages.
Maggie, I forgot to ask you. Do you start rolling the other time or no?
No. I wanna get it all prepared when we're in our session 1 to do it. There were too many things happening.
Ready.
I didn't mute myself. That's funny.
It's
Oopsies.
okay.
Oh well, whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna change the music and we'll get right into it. She said something broken.
Yeah.
She said everyone's breaking up, maybe.
Oh, I get to roll dice.
The broken JJ.
It's been a long time since I've used my Layla dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a long time since I've had dice.
Last time we were here, we had more sunlight.
That's true. Where's the
More
Phoenix
heat.
card? It should be the natural 20s Phoenix.
Don't talk to me about heat right now. Don't like it.
We're going through that cold spurt. It's not nice.
I'm going through summer.
I know. I have 2 pairs of thick socks on, a hoodie, and a blanket.
All right, don't rub it in. I want to be cold.
Aw,
You
I'll give
want
you
to
my
be cold?
Yeah, I like cold.
Take it.
I want to be cold. I like cold.
That's true.
Give it. I don't want to be hot. It's.
I'm a summer boy.
I don't get people who want summer more than winter.
Jodie, is everything okay?
I like running around in warm meadows.
Sorry, it crashed on me.
Okay.
It's called crash. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, let's get started. Our last party with this session was quite a while ago, so you have to expose, like, if you're watching these VODs in order, it's been quite a while. It's been over, what, 2 months, 3 months, maybe longer.
Actually.
The world ended, aliens invaded, sorry.
Yeah, something like that. So, alongside this, our party, the Delta...
Delta Force.
The Delta Squad.
Delta Force.
Delta Adventurers? I don't even remember what you guys were
It was
called.
Explorers, but
Delta
now that we have
Explorers, okay.
5, we are Delta Extra.
Delta Extra.
Will be. We will be Delta Extra.
All right. Delta Extra, after talking with the Hupperduke leadership and a new mechanic, to them, not to the town of Hupperduke, they were able to get a quick disguise for Shifa in order to depart, and were able to get a part of a caravan that would split just outside of the Crisp Vale thicket. Unbeknownst to them, they were not entirely certain as to how many of the troops would be outlier, how many of the troops that were moving to different locations across the map, but the bustle was very big at Crisville Thicket. That night, through the arrival, they noticed that there were a large medical caravan coming up north from Blade Garden and had come to rendezvous with you. There were medics that had come back, and as well as a large section of covered wagons that were being monitored by people that looked like they were wearing some sort of like masks and like the crow's masks, if you will, like kind of like a very thematic gas mask, if you will. And you would understand this to be Jesliann specifically. I think your kind of background with like just knowing what different peoples that you've come across in your time in expeditions and stuff. This would be a medical ward as well as a death ward. So this is kind of basically carrying dead bodies back from the war. So in doing so, hey Cari, can you grab that? Thanks. In doing so, you guys are going to be leaving through the Crispvale Thicket while this rendezvous is met with other supporters that are going to distribute these to other locations. And some of these people are not stopping tonight. So Caidi, you're noticing maybe some of your high perception. You're noticing that some of these bodies are going through and will probably stay here. But the other group of more critically conditioned individuals are basically exchanging here with some of the more healthy horses, because you notice that your first couple days travel is very slow paced, going through the thicket, being safe. And so now the horses that are here are actually being exchanged so that they can change their caravans to go faster through the night and make up some lost ground with some of their critical conditioned personnel back into the Empire. Despite some of the kind of brashness and quickness that they have come in for the evening, they take off ahead of you, and you notice that there is probably also some armed guard exchanging there. So fresh guards are being exchanged, and the ones that are coming up are now going to be caravanning with you. This is a very large caravan. I don't know how else to really put this together. Like, you guys are basically a military caravan that's going to split in a third. You're going to be left with a third from here on out. The rest of them will be going back through Rockguard Garrison, Blade Garden, and splitting off from there. So a third will be going with you, a third will be going to Rockguard Garrison, and a third will be going to Blade Garden. And the only reason I'm telling you all this information is because the guards are talking about it as if they don't have a care in the world. They're all about it with speed. They need to get there. And they are getting some other reports with hushed. You can see some of the captains are doing some meetings. We're going to kind of fast forward through the evening. I'll say that it's relatively stressful for you guys. Not necessarily as restful as you would have hoped. They have a relative difficulty, or Shifa is having relative difficulty finding a place where he feels like he can be normal. Just because like lots of people are eating and asking him questions like, hey, what do you want for dinner? Or having conversations, which he's able to entertain. But Shifa's having a hard time fulfilling requests to go places and to do things. So when this medical brigade, I guess you could say, comes through, it's actually a ready thing. Shifa's helping them with just manpower. So you just kind of trip off and hide. So you guys are actually having a really difficult time staying connected with each other throughout the evening until you guys need to bed down. And at that point, some of you maybe take even a late dinner or something that's just like not exactly trail rations, but it's like cold food that was prepared. In the morning, you are not rushed, which is nice. You take your time, but the smell has gotten worse from the bodies. And so some of the wizards woke up in the morning to cast prestidigitation around to keep things nice. And you take off down Glory Run. I will tell you that for the sake of today's pacing, and because you are a very well-equipped caravan today, there will not be any rolls on any possible errors that happen. We'll just say that some of the military take care of it, and you guys are a part of this thing, so you're going to maybe be helping out with certain things. You can anticipate that there's going to be larger prey that will just leave you alone that might be out here. And even if it was like a strike team, this is not the things that they want to attack when they see ballistas on the move, when they see large armored horses moving from one place to the next. They're moving all kinds of equipment throughout the Empire, and even things that you guys saw that were being prepared in Hupperduke are covered. Like hidden mechanical things on carts that even you didn't see leaving with you, that are within your caravan. You didn't get to take a peek. By the end of a couple days, I'd say, I can't remember exactly how long it's going to take you there. Let's just say it'll take 2 days for you guys to get up there. Sorry, hang on. I have it right here. Thanks, past me. So it'll take you 10 days to get up there. And for you, Harry, it would have been probably close to double that amount of time from where you started. Maybe a little bit longer than that. I'd say probably closer to 22 days you'd have been on the road. But you would have pit stopped in... you could have pit stopped in Blade Garden, but you would have been advised not to. So you found... it's kind of like you would have been 2 passing ships in the night. Like you probably were in Hupperduke right before or right after they were.
Yeah,
but
like one of those missing by like a fraction of a second.
Right, like you probably would have been in Hupperduke probably like maybe 3 days before they even arrived. But you weren't looking for work; you were looking to leave. So you just got you got beds, and then you just continued with the caravan throughout. But lucky for you, you didn't end up having any other issues as well. But Harry, you are already in the city.
Cool.
In the morning of your 10th day, you arrive. And this place is huge. Nogvarot has basically a population of about 15,000, if you can wrap your brains around that. Through what you can grasp of just talking with people around there, they'll tell you that the majority of the town is human. And they have a like smaller subsection of kind of a dwarven population, but generally speaking, every 5 people you see every 10 people you see, like 7 of them are going to be humans. This town is filled with Crown's Guard, but even more than the Crown's Guard, the Righteous Brand is everywhere here, and the Righteous Brand is again the name of the military. When you come in, you see a really interesting scene. And again, Harry, because you were here already, you would have seen this already, but let me move your guys's... hang on, I have to right-click this page now? How do I do that? Here we go. You guys, if you have your Roll20s open, should see a new map, and you would be at the bottom.
Color coordinate.
You would see this long winding path to a front gate, and you would be told that it is called Peddler's Row. It is filled with all kinds of just like market wear and like cheap toys and just like all kinds of market stuff that would be sold by anyone. You're not entirely certain.
Right?
What's that?
Would it be
It's kind of like Marquette, but culturally speaking, it's vastly different.
Right.
Like the market's much more spread out. There's more people. There's lots of like very big disparities, like 3 or 4 like food stalls, and then like some dude just making trinkets, and then there's like some kids trying to sell like candy that are very poor, and then there's some very rich person that's trying to like do palm readings. Like there's all kinds of stuff in here. And the more you pass through just Peddler's Row, the more you feel like this must be the majority of where like the people work, because everywhere else people that are shopping are in military garb. Like this is like the main hub of the military's reserve is here. It's very, very full. Like we're talking almost half of the people that are here that you see are just military garb. You even hear the sound of militaries arguing, people on break drinking, all kinds of stuff. But there is even some more interesting things that you might uncover here if you were to look around. But you arrive in through Peddler's Row and get to the front gate, and I would like a group performance check to see if you can get Shifa through the door.
Can I say that I bought
Is
some
the door
candy
that
for
small?
the kids?
You what?
Cool.
Can I say I bought some candy for some of
okay.
the kids?
Sure.
Okay.
So we all have to roll performance then. Performance.
First roll of the session back, and yeah. Ooh.
Well, who rolled?
Everyone.
We all have to roll. It wasn't gonna be a good roll, but
Rolled 28.
28.
3.
Who got 28?
Did you crit?
No, that's a custom roll from Rob earlier.
Oh.
I got
Oh, sorry.
20.
Oh no, that's
No, man, no, Rob.
Dirty 20.
Hold on.
Jodie.
18.
Goldy.
Cari.
3. I'm sorry.
Shifa.
6 minus 1, 5.
Minus 1. How do you have minus 1?
Jodie, did you get under 20 or over 20? And Cari got under or over, I forgot.
Under. I got under 18.
Well,
Cari
because
got 20.
I think because Cari got over 20, correct?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Got it.
Okay, because this is a mixed success. You guys will get in, but they will give you some very strange looks. They're like, this guy's very weird. So kind of like think about this as like the guards are a little on edge, the Crown's Guard at least. Not necessarily the Righteous Brand, but the Crown's Guard are a little on edge about you guys, and you can understand that they're probably whispering. They write some notes, but they let you in.
So they might, what's the word? They might be suspicious in the future.
They're watching you.
I'm gonna turn to him and go. He has a condition. Leave him alone. And then we'll walk away.
You're gonna make him.
Move along.
The back of Shifa's back, and it makes that tunk.
It's very clear that they're letting you in based off of the fact that it's just very busy today with like ins and outs of people to kind of rush through, and they're like, I think Caidi, you would understand this despite not being able to really say what you want to like or say what you want to say, but like you're pretty sure that the military presence and the vastness of the guards' presence in the town is like, yeah, if you guys are gonna cause problems, you're gonna have a hard time. They're like, all right, whatever, just gotta let him in. That said, what would you like to do?
Can I propose that we go shopping? We've been on the road for so long. Let's go buy stuff. I mean, the stuff that we need.
Tonight. Quite eager to find some lodgings. Need to freshen up.
This is really true. This is so good. I want more, but I have to go outside the village again. The guards let us back in if we go out.
They give you some sort of like badge.
Caidi, if you want to go shopping, this can be very good.
I have to go pinch.
I didn't give it to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were offering.
Snapped your hand. These mine.
I'm sorry.
But maybe freshen up first, then go take candy.
You know what? That's probably a good idea.
I could maybe drop off our luggage. Walk
Fun
around
idea.
and yeah.
I actually turn to Shiva and quietly ask, "You okay in there?"
Excuse me, sir,
Oh.
person.
Is that your answer?
You see someone that's like literally just munching on a hot dog.
Where is the nearest inn tavern that we can stay at?
I'll probably talk to the shady dog over there.
Is it shady?
There, it's not a good place, but it's I think the only place that's got places to stay right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
He like looks outside where you can see like thousands of righteous brand that are just squatting in the city, basically. They're like, you do have eyes, miss. It's not, and there's a lot of people here
He didn't put
that don't live here.
3 and 3 together. Sorry.
You're not from around here, are you?
No. Do you have eyes?
He stuffs his face.
All right.
No.
Thank you very much. We'll go to the shady dog.
It's very clearly that when you guys walk down the street, you're walking for a while. You have to go all the way to the end of the street. And it's like kind of in a dingy area where like only Crown's Guard are and no military's here. And when you get there, it's very clear that the sign's supposed to say Shaggy Dog, but the G's were flipped upside down to make it like there's only one G and it's upside down and backwards to make a D.
I mean, work with what you got, right?
What's wrong with it?
Nothing. That's the point. Could I look around to see if there's any possible thieves in the area that's eyeing us up?
Sure, make a perception check.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Bap. 9. Not off to a good start, guys.
You don't really see any problems. You see, like, again, there's not that many people here. Through your best judgment, you're probably like, thieves probably don't hang around this spot. And if they were, they're probably just going to bed or like find a place to stay too.
Is it late or is it just like
I'd say it's like early afternoon, like right around lunchtime.
Oh,
That's why people are eating.
I'll step inside.
I will also join.
You walk inside. It's a pretty small place, but it's not as like, it's a lot of standing bar stuff. There's not like there's like bar stools and then that's kind of it. There's not really any tables. They're just like bar stools that kind of wrap around the main area. And then like one large meeting table in the center. That's generally, you can see that there's just people at the large table and some people standing around drinking and snacking. In the large center of the room, there's people arguing and playing a giant game of cards. But it's very clear that they're gambling and the barkeeps are very busy in here. So there's like a lot of humans. This is run by like, it looks like a family, you're guessing, because there's like a lot of young people here that are like all women that might have to do with the fact that they're like short-staffed, but it also has the intention of like maybe the men were kind of very stereotypically drafted and the women were not. And then kind of behind the bar, there's like a very overweight man talking with another lady that's kind of like a little more rotund, but not like in a negative sense. Like there's just a very, very round guy and his wife that's kind of like really likes to eat food. Are kind of just like doing cooking tasks and cleaning at the same time. And they're having a good time.
Outside just staring the group, Rob, I want to actively keep an eye on anybody who gives me the side eye.
Okay. Yeah, you know, this is like, once you enter in here, it's kind of like people are off duty. So it's not even a secret. Like, no one's watching you in here.
Yeah.
Well, let's go talk.
Yeah, perhaps you should, Caidi, is it Casey or Caidi? Do you prefer
Caidi.
Caidi? Caidi,
Well,
perhaps.
I've
perhaps
gotten used to my
you
actual
should.
name.
Yeah. So, you go ahead. Your character is not a human, right? But you're like a.
No, I'm a wood elf. No, it's
wood
fine,
elf.
Jodie. It's okay.
Yeah.
His character looks the most normal out of all of it.
Well, I was just. That's what I was going for. Yeah.
I am a female wood elf. My nickname is Casey, but no one calls me that. So we're gonna go with Caidi.
None of us are human.
Specified when you made your character.
I did say it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm gonna approach the both the gentleman and the lady and go hi, and I'm gonna just do the who do I talk to, because I clearly can't tell who's in charge.
I'll just point.
Charlotte, you can talk to Charlotte over there. She'll get you going.
Oh, okay. Hi. We've traveled far. We would like some rooms, if that's okay.
Yeah, there's a couple people left this morning. You can come on in. How many rooms do you need? And beds?
Well, there's 4 of us.
Right.
Sorry. Are we conceding the fact that Mesh doesn't need a bed? I forget. We're not.
Last time we just shared a place because it's all girls and a metal man, so.
Right. Right. But what I'm saying is, should I ask for another room? Because I forget. Did we do that last time? Just to conceal the fact that Mesh is a person.
I don't know, but you, as an elf, do you even need a bed? Because don't you like trance or whatever?
You know what? Can we have a room for 4 people, please? I do not require a bed myself, but if you have at least 3 beds, that'd be great.
The only rooms we got that have 2 beds are a queen and a double. Is that all right?
I look back.
Perfectly fine.
Okay.
That's all right then.
That's fine. How much are the other rooms gonna cost?
It'll be 10 gold a night. Which, that's crazy.
1 second, please. And I literally just back the heck up without breaking eye contact. Turn around. 10 gold. 10 gold a night.
Exorbitantly expensive. Did we?
Well, the rooms are in high demand, and we have to make sure they keep getting cleared out, and people keep paying those prices. So, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I turn to him. Turn back to you guys.
I mean, we have to stay somewhere.
For example, let me look.
Tell you what, if you buy 3 nights, we can give you a deal.
Money, so maybe.
Wait, her deal.
We're talking. Hang on, we're talking amongst ourselves. You can't hear us for 1 second.
Did you tell him that? You can't hear.
I'm telling Rob the DM, and then now I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
I don't want him to hear him say that I've got a bunch. I just looked at my fingers and I've got a load of money.
Okay.
Do you think it would be possible to haggle a little bit? You should go ahead, Kate.
I have a weird sixth sense that we could haggle. So I approach, and before I start speaking, I assume you have a deal for me.
So you're gonna take it or not?
What was the deal? Sorry, we were talking back there.
I figured you came up here with a plan, so I'm not gonna offer anything.
I turn back to Jesliann.
Okay, well, to say we
Could have let him
will
talk.
buy multiple nights in advance. Do we account for multiple nights?
How about three nights?
Mm-hmm. That'll be 30 gold.
Because only 2 of us really truly need beds, and we're not going to be using them. Can we go it for 20 gold?
That'll be the double twin room.
Are you okay with that? Three nights? 20 gold total?
Meals are included, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You can come here for lunch or for dinner. Or both. But we don't serve breakfast.
He hasn't said no. Okay, we can do that. And I'll put my hand out.
She puts her hand out.
Does she crush my hand?
She puts her hand out for money. She doesn't shake your hand.
Oh, okay. I just gave you the 20 gold.
Excellent. No questions asked. Your room is number 15. I'm sorry, 25. It's on the second floor. I always do that. 25.
I quietly just lean forward. I have to ask, what would your offer have been?
What?
You'll never know, sweetheart. When she gives you a wink.
I feel like we got ripped.
We definitely got ripped off, but I mean...
You're a bunch of adventurers that are new to town. Of course you're gonna get ripped off. Have a nice night. I'll make you something nice for dinner.
I got next to Jesliann. You should have let us spoke. What is wrong with you? You're supposed to be the smart one out of all of us.
I should have done what?
You should have let them speak. I feel like we got a better offer. Ah, well.
I let you go ahead since you the least conspicuous one of us.
Anyway, I'm just gonna go upstairs. At least we get free meals. Rob, you okay there?
Free.
Sorry. It's really fucking hot all of a sudden after that curry.
I thought you were getting into character. Like, what are you being right now?
It's just hot after the curry, man. Burning up.
It's house moving. Run.
Headless horseman. You staying here?
I thought it was Christmas, not Halloween.
Oh, bullocks. I keep doing that. Something's wrong with...
This night before Christmas.
Why do I keep losing your guys' cams? Okay.
So is she giving us the key?
We're going to take a quick break here and go over to the other member.
You didn't give a name. We don't know who that is.
I haven't given a name yet.
Harry, your character and your companion are sitting down for lunch.
Companion?
He's still bitching about the price. Like, still bitching about the price. I should have just... I mean, it's a damn good... whatever the hell this is. Pork loin, I guess, but... I can't believe they got that much money out of me. It's already hard enough with the taxes and stuff, but whatever. You guys see, as he's bitching, you guys see 4 people walk in. And I would like, Caidi, you can start to give us a description of what you look like when you enter the tavern.
I would probably be fresh, as being on the road is something I'm accustomed to. My appearance itself is that I have long, light blue, almost silver-esque hair. I'm a wood elf. Petite in nature. You can usually see me like carrying like a stick that isn't actually any kind of magical item. It's just a stick. Should I? Well, yeah, I suppose at this point I would still be trying to conceal myself. I'm just trying to not not hiding it in such a way, but just trying not to draw attention to myself. So I'll be covered in like a cloak, but due to the recent events we've had, I would be a bit more laxed in that, a bit more comfortable with myself, so you can really see my face and just. I'm not quite exactly trying to cover myself, but yeah.
She's very short as well, especially for wood elf, and not just because she's a short wood elf, but because she's very young.
Yes. Oh, I'm 29. I think the age I picked.
So
that's
your
young.
guess is
That's
like
young for an elf.
whippersnapper.
No, I'm 20. I'm 20.
Well, she would look
Sorry.
15 to you. She would look 15 to you
Yes.
because
Yes.
she's an elf. So you're not quite sure with elves. It's just like when they hit 12, they kind of just look the same for about 50 years. So,
Yeah.
but you know, it's kind of like some of them look like they're in their early teens or early 20s for a very long time. So she's hit like the late teens stage of looks, but basically until they hit their 30s, they don't even look like they're really 21. So, and then next up is a Cari's chewing, so I will let Shifa or Jesliann go next.
I'll be last.
Okay,
Yes, you can
Jesliann, can you go next?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
see a dragon blood dragonborn, which is a slender, more gracile type of dragonborn with a long tail. She's a female dragonborn who's about 6'8" tall.
She has to duck to get in the door, like she's a giant.
Yeah, but which isn't crazy tall for
For the Dracobloods, yeah.
For the Dragonbloods, she's more on the shorter side, but incredibly tall by human standards, which is, I guess, what this establishment is built for. She has sort of like blue scales with a sort of iridescent green sheen to them. She's around 50 years of age, so she's kind of middle-aged, and she's has pretty modest clothing in the sense that it's not extravagant. She's from an academic background. She's an archaeologist, so she carries herself with a certain dignity, and yeah, she has like kind of long horns protruding from like a short crest from like the backwards from her head like that a little bit, and she has green eyes.
Blue scales,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, blue scales with slightly iridescent green sheen to them. Yeah, and no shoes because she's got enormous. They don't wear shoes, so she has no shoes on this. But it's very important. No shoes.
Yeah, her scales are
Clawed
super
feet.
interesting. Like, she cannot help but stand out. Because not only are Dracobloods this deep into the Empire anywhere, relatively rare, the scales are like that mother of pearl like effect. Depending on which way you look at them, they kind of shimmer or they don't. Sometimes they're like glossy and sometimes they look matted. It's very interesting, and she also holds herself very gracefully as well. So and then ducking into this thing and towering over a bunch of righteous brand is a statement in of itself. Not to mention being led by an elf that's like half her size.
I like the idea of the more insecure ones. As she walks in, I've just turned their heads and going,
Like, she's very gentle with Caidi when they're talking with the tavern keeper at the front, but she has to like bend down like a mother to a child to just talk to her.
She definitely has an authoritative presence.
Yeah, and she does not look young. Like, by contrast, she looks like almost like an adopted mother for this character. If you were to guess, like, she's very graceful and stuff, but like with Dracobloods, once they hit again a certain age, they can be very old. But she doesn't look like she's beyond anything, but she definitely looks like she's been around the block a few times, if you guess. Next up, we'll have Layla, if Cari's ready.
All right, so you see this. First thought comes to mind: drow mixed with volcano. She has dark slay ash gray skin. Her hair is a fiery tones all the way down. It's not fire, but it glows and kind of has a movement, like
It dances on
inviting
its
fire.
own.
She has, so when you see lava on a volcano, they've got the glowing lava cracks that are underneath the gray that's dry or cooled. Her skin looks like that, so she's got gold lines that are kind of cracking through all over. Bright yellow eyes. Average height and slender athletic build. She's kind of looking around, looking to Jesliann, the Dragonborn, for guidance, but also as soon as she steps in, you notice she takes in her surroundings. She knows who is where and who's a threat.
You've immediately walked in and clocked like every exit, every person of interest.
Yeah, but she also looks foreign and out of her element.
Main
Oh, and there's
characteristic.
fans on her sides.
She kind of looks like, despite the party up top, up here, if you will, like what she's looking at, the rest of her clothing's very conservative. Like,
Yes.
it's
Very
nothing
simple.
flashy. She doesn't even look like she's wearing any armor. Like, she kind of, it's not that, it's very odd, I would say, more so than anything, because she's kind of built like a monk would be, but is not dressed in any formal attire that even remotely, like, assumes that. It's almost like she looks like an unarmed rogue, if you will, or like a scout. She just kind of looks like she's walking around. Almost, I would say she looks like a flashy civilian. That's probably the best way of saying it. Yeah. And then you have another giant kind of closing the door very gingerly behind him. This just tank of a person. Shifa. What can he see?
I see a giant
Yours-
potato.
You see somebody towering like a foot over Jesliann, about 7.2 or something, fully covered. Like I'm thinking those the Raiden thing, the straw hat, straw based
Long bill. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, long bill, and then scarf over face, dark goggles that shine a little bit, and fully covered, like I'd say grays and beiges. Like it's like put together but shabby, but not like tattered. Gloves, everything, larger chest, I guess you could make that out. And for somebody that tall, you'd think they'd have, like, you know, weapons sticking out, but the weapons are relatively well tucked in. You can see some kind of sticks poking out in the back, but that's about it.
I would say he looks like a giant butcher.
Oh my god.
Like he has the body of a butcher, but like the head and the thing, he reminds you a lot about some of your background, Harry. Back where you would have been working, the second town would have had probably people that would have gone out into the wastelands quite often, would wear these type of goggles and would ride things. They wouldn't wear the hat with the goggles because they would just want to keep the sand out of their faces and like the windstorms and stuff. The hat just looks like he just took it from a farmer. Like, you're not, this is a very weird hodgepodge of things. Like, this dude's definitely a disguise for some reason. You're like, all right, let's whatever. That's very weird, but okay, cool.
There's a good level of obviousness there.
Yeah, it's like if they don't want to be known, then they're not gonna be. But if they you know, they're not exactly.
Yeah.
They don't look like the type of individual that you want to try to ask questions about their disguise. So yeah, they kind of walk in, but it's very funny. He's kind of awkward when he comes in, try to like clear his head and then kind of like checks his back before he clears his axe or whatever, like the weapon poking out of his back is. And then he like turns around and his feet are heavy, but he's like trying to keep it quiet. It's like he's wearing some very heavy steel toe boots. And then he like reaches down with the tiniest hand. It's like Shaq picking up a thing of milk. It's like, it's what he does to the door handle. He just like very slowly brings it in. He just uses like 2 or 3 fingers to kind of like blow the door closed, just being nice. But you're like, man, this is a behemoth human being.
What's your passive, Harry? What's your passive? Passive
Um,
perception.
14.
That's good.
14. Okay,
This level, yeah.
You would be able to at least see that he's somewhat armored in spots around the arm or something.
Like the elbow brackets kind of poking out, gauntlets, you would guess, something like that.
Yeah, I can see straps and just like extra bits.
Mm.
Or like there's something hidden under there.
Can I just say, I'm 5'11". I'm not that short, but compared to these guys,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, that's the thing is like you're kind of coming in with a group. Like Layla is, I think, a little shorter than Caidi. But the thing is, Caidi, you're slender, so you look smaller.
I myself as average height, and you know.
I'm petite by nature.
Correct. Yeah. So you're very lightly. Like you look much smaller than you actually end up being, because when Layla comes in, her hair kind of gives her more breadth, if you will. Caidi, you've got your stuff hooded, so you're not as like you look smaller, and also you're standing next to someone large, whereas Layla looks very comfortable. Like it's kind of interesting. She kind of looks both out of place and very comfortable at the same time. And then with Caidi, it's not impossible to figure this out, but Caidi looks very unsure of herself like all the time.
Yeah, I'm the shy character. I did those in character, I did on purpose.
Now,
I imagine.
I would say for the rest of you guys, to give you something, throughout the whole tavern, there are lots and lots of humans. But even though we're saying this is kind of like a racially profiling thing, the humans in here and the dwarves in here, there's some elves, there's also some gnomes. There's not as many of them, but there are present. So just keep that in mind. There are other races in here. There's even a couple of tieflings. There might even be, let's just say there's probably another Ravenite that kind of eyes Jesliann as she comes in, like with a little bit of attitude, like just because of the bad blood between their two races. There's also probably some other people that are walking around that are like high elven versus wood elven, like kind of from different areas. They all look very different. And when it comes to hair in particular, and generally like facial scars and stuff, the shoulder up bust, everyone looks very, very flamboyant. It looks like people here are meant to like make a statement. They want you to remember that they took your money when they're playing cards. Okay. So everyone kind of has that unique face, but at the same time, it makes it really easy to blend in here. The problem is you guys are not wearing any kind of marking for Righteous Brand or Crown's Guard, so you stick out. You look like you almost work here, because the rest of the other people are just staff members with like an apron. And again, I don't want to put this in there. While this is kind of looks like a family enterprise and like all of the employees look similar, you're not sure if they're cousins or like sisters or like second cousins, or like maybe even they've married into the family. Like they don't look that different. Some of them just kind of look very plain. They're just like kind of nondescript ladies that are just running around, but they are all human, all of the staff. As you guys walk up to your room,
I was gonna, hey, real quick, if this is gonna involve me,
this is
anyway,
you.
I'm gonna quickly do my washing.
Okay,
So give
cool.
me 2 seconds.
So they're gonna walk up to the room. We'll cut away from Harry then.
I really like the idea of going up to one of them and going, "Hello, nondescript lady."
Hello, nondescript lady. All right, I'll be back.
So you guys find your room. The key goes in, no problem. The room's a little dingy, but and the beds are hard, but it does the job. You would say that for what you were expecting, it's much nicer than you would think. And I will even take this out and show you that you guys are in the old town right now. I'm going to take these plots away. You would have learned that she would have given you a little bit of say, like, you know, if you guys want to have more of the residential area, there's the old town, and then there's the Aegis block for the military exercises and stuff. If you want to go talk to the military, or you want to go talk with the Crown's Guard, you can go in an Aegis block.
Move myself there.
And if you go outside of town, or the north side of the old town, you can find yourselves in the scatters, where you might find a bit more business or other folk. But the old town's kind of where you're going to see the taverns and the parties and all that. Just outside of town, you're going to get to the heights. And then, of course, if you would like to go even further outside, you can get to the Dunrock mine. You kind of, I would say she doesn't even tell you this. There's just like a little like tourist handbook in the room. That sounds more like, you know, it's like the pamphlet of the town. It's a big town. It makes sense that they have something like a Holiday Inn here. So, yeah.
I would excitedly grab it and start reading it.
Okay.
Just immediately start diving into it.
All right.
I will too, because I want to know the.
Cool. I will read this in my my narrator voice from the 20s.
Let me know when I need to turn the page.
Oh, good. You can turn.
Originally founded as a guard post near the Quaneth Breach to watch for deadly creatures wandering from the Savalier Wood, this settlement has since grown to a fair-sized military reserve for the Righteous Brand. There is a separate regiment of the Righteous Brand stationed here called the Last... sorry. Okay.
It's back.
I'm trying to make sure that you guys can get this. The regiment of the Righteous Brand stationed within the city would be the defending army against any assault needed for the capital, granting them the title of the Last Aegis. And this is why we have the Aegis block aptly named for training our troops. Nearly half of the city's population is military reserve for the time being, but this is always in flux. A major stop along Glory Rung, heading eastward to the capital, Nogvarot hosts travelers making their way through the Empire, to which many of whom need provisions to buy locally made trinkets as souvenirs for their journey. There is some business to be had, as well as a small mine at the base of the Dunrock Mountains to the north of our city. But most of our townsfolk in Nogvarot like to earn their keep by crafting, farming, or even joining the military. Enjoy your stay. Welcome to Nogvarot. And that's all in the pamphlet.
Rob,
yeah.
Being a character that more than likely pass through here to get to Huppaduk, would I be aware of where that military reserve would eventually end up to?
Where what would have interrupted? Sorry?
The military reserves in this town, would I know where they would go to? Like, where they'd be stationed?
Within the town, you mean?
I was thinking outside of town, like they would eventually leave and go somewhere else if they're just reserves here.
No, there's reserves here are specifically for defense. So anyone that's here in town is basically either in waiting to be deployed or is here willing to be able to, like, have any problems that go to direction from, they want to be able to intercept from here.
Right, okay.
But you also know that the Crown's Guard share protective duties with the Righteous Brand in town. But generally speaking, it's kind of the type of thing where it's like the Crown's Guard are like, we want to be in charge. Stop telling us what to do to the Righteous Brand. But if something really were to go tits up, the Crown's Guard would probably run and hide. And the Righteous Brand, because the Righteous Brand is like legit, like they're deployed. They've seen some shit. But you can see some of the new recruits for the Righteous Brand might be previously Crown's Guard, or might be like getting into scraps with like other Crown's Guard members with like kind of new military blood because they haven't seen shit yet. So they're like, we're not that different, you and I, but you think you're better than me because you can go and fight in a war, that type of thing. But there is a special group of people that have a Crown's Guard symbol, a Righteous Brand symbol, which is kind of like, has like the crown and then like an R on it. But the Righteous Brand R is actually emblazoned on a very elaborate looking shield seal. Those people are part of the brand soldiers called the Last Aegis, or Aegis. They are stationed here. They are the last line of defense. And those people look very, very like battle worn, like, and some of them look like they're retiring here. You know, like it's a big mix between people that are like very, very strong troops, as well as like relatively like pudgy dudes that are like, this is their retirement plan, so they don't have to go and fight in the war. They can just stay here on reserve. So it's a big difference, but they all look relatively decorated. In this particular zone in the old town, the Shady Dog, there's like mostly young blood here. This is people that have probably just got it here. So this is a bunch of flashy dudes trying to make their own thing. So they all kind of look impatient and young.
Do they look like they've seen war? They've seen battle?
No.
Okay.
But that's not necessarily something that you could tell.
Okay, that's fine.
So are we heading to our room?
Yeah, you guys are basically in your room right now.
Oh, in the room, okay.
We're reading.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate the 20s narration.
Now that Harry's back, you could flash back to Harry, I guess.
Yeah, we can flash back to Harry. So you see them kind of walk up to the room and have this kind of encounter. And you see like he like gnaws off the last little bit of his pork loin and then like cleans his hands and kind of downs a tankard and he's like, what the fuck was all that about?
Oh, it was just them for walking in?
Yeah, them walking up the stairs after they get in their room.
Yeah. I don't know. They look new. Look like they've been on the road like I have.
Those might be faces to remember. I don't know. I mean, probably faces hard to forget if I'm being honest.
Did you see the size of them? They're massive.
Some of them.
You know that thing I told you about gut feelings?
You have to refresh my memory. It's probably
That's
tuning
why
you out.
never listen to anything I say.
I don't have to.
I've got a good feeling about them. I don't know. I like them.
Oh, just don't approach the big one first is all of my advice is going to give you.
I don't think the big one was talkative.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry, what was I don't remember. What's Jodie's one again? The
Draco Blood.
Draco Blood.
Draco Blood, Dragonborn.
Would I know much about Draco Bloods?
Yeah, you would. Basically back in there was like a very global thing that went around that's kind of like a really big crazy event that's kind of in the history books from Teldoroi. They would have had some like big stationed white dragon that would have taken up shop down in Talonstadt, south of Talonstadt in the mountains, and that would have been where they the Dracobloods would have been kind of historically a group that served that dragon and were kind of under repression from them. But then this legendary group kind of came through and like killed that dragon and like had the Chroma Conclave that was trying to take over all of Teldoroi. They were able to kind of eliminate him there. And this whole society just kind of sundered, and the Ravenites were trying to basically break free from their grasp of the Dracobloods, and so there's a little bit of tension between the two of them. But some of them split off down to Talonstadt in the Empire. Others of them, the Dracobloods, you would actually be more familiar with than the Ravenites, because they would have settled more of them into the kind of places in hiding within Jorhasian kind of backdrop somewhere south, outside of the war, outside of everything. They're kind of just very isolationist. But Ravenites would have tried to make up a settlement and then try to put aside some of the differences if they could. But it all really depends. Some of them would have been, of course, intermarried. So hard to say.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just like in the real world, everyone's their own person. So you never know.
I think I'm just gonna hide my name because it's funny. I'm just gonna look very like introspective about things, and then probably just finish eating whatever I'm doing at the moment, whatever meeting.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple people that we can meet later, but if they're here, I have to go see if I can rendezvous somewhere and see if they're there. But they won't be around until after dinner. We can go to see the guy that you're looking for. If you want to head over there.
That would be good.
Yeah, we got to at least put an order in. Maybe we can get it by tomorrow. Or tonight if they got it on stock and they can just kind of strap it in. I think what you're looking for probably can just strap in so you don't have to get it resized, hopefully. There's this many troops, there's got to be stuff on reserve.
I hope this gold cost isn't going to go through the roof. With all these guards.
Yeah. Well, if anything, we can fly under the radar if those four are around, because they're not going to be paying attention to us at all.
That is true. That is true.
Don't tip here. We're paying an arm and a leg for the rooms as it is. Let's go.
I take like a pork and eat it on the way out. The tip was part of the cost.
He grabs like half a spud that's left on his plate and just grabs it to go. All right, we come back to the room as the door kind of clicks behind them. Those two as they leave. Layla, Caidi, Shifa, Jesliann. What's your next move?
Go to the window, check out our location, nearest escape routes.
Yeah,
Go to the
you can
window,
see
make
that
sure
the
it
window
works.
probably could be detached for fires.
Hmm.
Typical fire escape standards. You notice that the room has got like, or outside of this is not really got much of a view of the town. You kind of can just see out in the fields of where the farmlands are. You're at the very edge of Old Town.
Not preferred.
You can still hear like the sounds of combat training kind of off in the distance, as well as people heckling and selling out in Peddler's Row. Your guess is that Peddler's Row is probably for foreigners, Layla. The rest of
Perfect
kind of
for
the
me.
business
I
is
had
probably
good
in the
candy.
scatters.
I think I would actually join her in the window, but I would have the pamphlet still in my hand, and I would just instead be trying to pinpoint where each location is according to the pamphlet, and just going like that.
This oblong city is divided between the eastern Aegis block, which houses the bulk of our soldiers. The western region in the city is broken into two sectors, the northern Scatter and the southern Peddler's Row. The Scatters is the larger region, housing our dive taverns, simple temples, and a majority of the populace, which live in numerous neighborhoods of rickety domiciles. In contrast, Peddler's Row is a bustling home to the local craft guilds, colorful, if not muddy, marketplace where the Glory Run Road passes through our city.
I think that's there. Layla, you trying to pick up places too?
I already looked at it.
Oh,
It's in here.
what you looking for?
Oh, escape routes from the room, any way that we could get attacked. You know, the usual stuff.
There's also like a little bit of a business list on the back if you want to find specific people for certain jobs. There's like listed locations in the Peddler's Row that are like blacksmithing section and goldsmithing section and jewelers guild and stuff like that.
I look at Layla and go, I don't think we're gonna get. Oh,
You never
cool,
know.
cool. I'll go to Shifa and just show him the back of the pamphlet. Look, the mum says some places you'd be interested in.
I just station myself near the door, like next to a wall, and just every time I hear footsteps coming, I'm just like 3, 2, 1, 3.
Why is everyone on edge? Fine here, we're safe.
But you always have to check the room whenever you enter. It's
Yes,
what we do.
but we've entered. We're fine.
Well, I'm
right?
done checking now, but I had to check first. It's like what you do, like check your sides, back forth.
Okay.
I'm a bodyguard. What do you expect?
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, is that what those guys did?
Those guys?
Oh, I'm thinking of the stuff from my past. My family employed some bodyguards. They always look shifty to me, but I guess they were just looking around.
You don't know what bodyguard does?
No, I know what they do. It's just anytime I approached them to talk, they would just go. You know?
They're not good bodyguards then.
Yes. Jesliann, how about you? What are you
Jesliann.
doing?
What about it? Sorry, I'm blowing my nose. What?
How dare you?
Just in the bathroom. Carrot, like, what? I blow what?
You don't want to see that on stream. What?
I would just I was giving you the baton if you're doing anything right now.
In character, I blew my nose. No.
You blew us. Oh, are you okay over there?
Yes, I'm quite fine. I can't think of anything that Jesliann would be doing right now, to be honest with you.
PT posing.
Yeah, let me.
While you guys are talking, you can hear like a cheer at the table and groans at the same time. It's like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, so come back to me, because I've really got to finish blowing my nose.
Okay. I'm sorry, Jodie. She's in the bathroom. I guess I'll leave it alone. Okay, guys, let's go do something.
You want to go get candy?
I think about that. Yes, I do.
Let's go.
And maybe some other stuff. Shifa, do you want to join us?
I just stand up and follow.
Okay.
Line up behind.
You can talk to us when we're
The dejected
here.
kid at the back of the line going to the bathroom. We're like, yes, mom.
Okay, fine.
Jesliann, we're gonna get
Follow the
treats. So once
leader.
you're done, please join us.
I'll just
I
start
just do
calculating.
the I don't eat. So what do you want?
It's like the
I'm not
Cabby
gonna
Lane
eat
thing where you're just like,
Okay. In that case, since I know you well enough, I'm gonna just like put the elbow thing to your chest, like, dun, dun. Hey, there might be some you know, metallic stuff you can eat, you know, some scraps. That's like treats for you, isn't it?
You a fork.
I
Just eats the fork.
I bounce the bag of nuts and bolts I have. Like,
Yeah.
fine.
No.
Anyways, I like the market. I'm not used to the open market so much. This is a little different.
Oh, this is lovely. I love it. It's just so good. Like we can actually just look for things and shop. And I haven't done anything like this in such a long time. And I'm sorry if I'm feeling a bit. Sorry, I'm actually going into your accent, and I'm not trying to. Let me try that again. I love it here. Just like it reminds me of stuff I used to do as a kid with like my grandma. Like I don't actually want to shop all the time and grab all this stuff because I know we're on the road. But still, it'd be nice to find stuff we need.
It is nice to go to the market.
Yeah. And I told Shiva, you know, at the very least, you can find out what people are like, right?
I guess. Actually,
I can't win
let
with this
me
guy.
try something. And I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to actually change my voice a little bit to be more human, less robotic, just to try a different accent. And that's when I start talking normally after a little bit of practice. Like
I'll say
5
this
minutes of
probably
practice.
take you longer than you want it to take, but it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Do you
You can make it
one of
sound
us?
however you want. You just kind of have to mess with the pitch and the tone a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
There's
androgynous.
There's a solid period of time where it's like going through puberty where your voice is cracking, but it's you reverting back to a more robotic to
The only
humanoid.
thing that has to happen is the voice sounds a bit tinny. That's about it.
Mm.
Like, do you have a dial on your neck? You're just like, ah.
It's kind of like even when his voice is deep, you can kind of hear that little resonance that just is kind of like, ooh, it's a little
It's
piercing, but
like a
Sounds like a-
backwards echo, like a backwards.
yeah.
echo.
Like, ooh,
Like
that's
like a Google Trans, like a good. It sounds like a good
Sounds like an AI.
voice then.
Yeah, there's that little
Uncanny
like,
valley.
audio recording thing there.
yeah.
God.
But it's slightly,
It sounds like
you
you're
can hear
talking
it
in a box a
slightly
bit.
there.
Yeah, and it doesn't have any breath to it.
It's just like someone that's got really, really good at ventriloquism that can talk with their mouth closed. That's what it's like.
See, he started looking like a ventriloquist. He had
Yeah.
a whole hobby, and then he sneezed, and then he's stuck doing that forever.
All right, so where would you
I
guys
also
like to
have
head
to-
out to?
I also have to force like a little bit of puff of air under my scarf so that it moves while I'm talking.
Gives a semblance of breathing.
Yeah.
You just all you're doing is like moving your jaw.
Yeah.
I haven't quite got the right patterns down, so instead of just like getting it like 1-to-1, it's just like
Yeah,
that.
it's you okay?
Speaking, and then he speaks.
Oh, like a dubbing, like
Yeah.
yes.
The only-
Does Shifa have a jaw? Does he have a mouth that moves like that, or is it just?
No mouth.
You have a.
I thought it was like a line.
My neck has a spot where I feed my metal scraps.
Like that.
One thing he's gotten down pat though is the long sigh. He's got the breathing working for that one.
I definitely think that both Layla
So
and Cari are chatterboxes. So
Yeah.
Just chit chatting
Has to
about
be
like
there.
trinkets and stuff they're looking for in the market.
yeah, or
Okay.
I'll be like, oh, so you have bodyguards, you from like big family.
You could say that. Kind of.
Kind of.
Look at this.
Kind of.
So you guys head into the Scatters or Peddler's Row?
Peddler's Row for more
We're
candy.
in Peppers. Yeah, but
Okay.
I'm trying. I keep
Jodie wants
putting
to say
stuff
something.
instead of the latest face, just to like destroy the conversation.
Manji, Jodie wants to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry,
We'll talk
Jodie.
about this later.
Yeah, I was just wondering what's in the scatters.
So the Scatters looks like it might be more of like a residential area. There's like parks and like some of the townsfolk that might actually be here, or like the family residents would live there probably. The old town is, or sorry, the Scatters has also got like more divey bars, kind of like the nightlife location. So it's kind of like pretty empty right now, but your guess is that by dinner time it's going to be pretty hopping. You're at the back of Old Town, so like your dive bar is like not even really a bar, it's just for people to sleep.
To the north or slightly northeast, there's like is that a ruins or something?
The Heights?
It's like, it says the Scatters.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, that thing, yeah, that.
Yeah, your guess is it's probably like an old watchtower that was probably destroyed during something. You don't know.
Oh, okay.
He's unknown.
So yeah, we can go to the peddlers. Was it peddlers?
Out on the west side is where a lot of the farmlands are. So this town continues out that way for farmlands for a while.
Yeah, sorry, I meant west, not it. I meant west.
West,
No, not
yeah.
east. Anyway, sorry.
I clocked everybody when we entered that room. Was I able to notice Harry's character at all?
You would have seen him as one of them, yeah, but you don't know.
I don't really think anything of it.
No, it just kind of looks like he's in place. I mean, he's not like, there was a couple people not wearing Righteous Brand or other stuff sitting at tables, but there just wasn't that many people. Like there's some civilians and also lots of people, but yeah, like
Actually,
he doesn't look out of place.
I will say there's probably one thing that she could pick up on.
Okay.
And that's primarily my horns, where typically like tiefling horns will sort of stick to the color of their skin and maybe like sort of go like a rocky sort of color depending. Mine start with the color of my hair, which is just jet black. So they start black and then they turn into this ivory sort of white bony look toward the end.
Yeah, so one of the tieflings that you saw in the room had red skin with this very weird black to ivory horn kind of piece. You kind of clock that as a bit out of place, but I mean, there's like a green tiefling and like a black tiefling in the room as well. Like there's not that many of them, and it's just like, oh, interesting.
It's a unique among tiefling look, but nothing like.
Tieflings are not that rare, are like uncommon but not rare.
Even in Marquette?
Oh, in Marquette there would probably be a lot more, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen a tiefling.
The tieflings where you're from are like probably are probably more flamboyant, maybe more combat centric. Yeah. Not necessarily like fighting, but like we're talking like wizards and sorcerers and all kinds of different trades.
Bards, so many bards.
As we're walking, I'll just be like, there was a couple of different tieflings in there. I haven't seen many tieflings since I've come to Wildemount.
No? You like them?
Got green. Do I like them? I don't know. I just haven't seen them in the wild.
Oh, okay.
One had some unique horns.
So what are you guys looking for at the peddlers area, specifically?
Candy.
Sincerely, this would be the first time in the campaign I would just let my head and just look around and be like, what's this? What's that? So I'm not actually looking for anything in particular, but in the back of my head, I am thinking we should probably get supplies. But I'm ignoring that voice.
Okay.
So I'm not being helpful.
Why don't I get a perception check from all four of you?
I will say, as we're like walking, I'm going to randomly try to sneak back to the conversation I had with Caidi about her being from a family. And every time she tries to push it away, I'll like leave, and then I'll be like,
shopping bees.
Like, oh, you probably had nice silverware, right?
Chifa, what'd you get?
Silverware?
9.
Jesliann, what'd you get?
12.
Layla.
What was it? Perception?
Perception.
Caidi,
Caidi, what'd you get?
14.
Layla, what'd you get?
22.
What are you looking for, Layla? Because that's where we're going, because you rolled the highest.
Well, to be honest, I know exactly where the candy is. But I'm just looking for anything that can get me to talk to to Caidi about
Okay.
her past.
Okay, well,
and
I'll
distract
put it
her
this
in
way.
any I
So
can.
you grab some candy. I would like you to mark off 2 silver as a group, just for knickknacks and candies.
Wait, do we have a group plot? Or how are we marking it up as a group?
You mean
We're all
you mean
taking
each of us
individual ones.
Each of you take off 2 silver, yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
If
Can
you
I take
if you're
an
not
extra-
planning to buy anything, you don't have to mark it off.
Could I take an extra portion, please?
I want to buy some.
If you wanna tell me something later, Caidi, you can mark it off, and then we can like meet you in the middle if I can remember to get you something specifically unique.
I just want to remember like an extra proportion of candy. That's all.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So you find some candies. You find something very cool about this place. There are children selling rock candy, which you know is really hard and long process to make. It's easy, but it takes a long time and a lot of patience. And children like in their teens and like junior high age are selling it. And you're like, this is cool, but it's ridiculously overpriced. They also are selling things like chiclets that is like a chewable thing. It's kind of close to gum. You'd have to chew it for a very long time, but it's probably closer to like a gum flavored taffy.
Are chiclets what the
They're like hard
Seeds.
out things that are like seed shaped, like and square shaped, and they have a hard outer carapace. But then like once you chew them, they kind of get chewy.
Gotcha.
Oh, Mesh is trying to show one.
Oh.
You got one?
What is
There you go.
It's what I prepared earlier.
Chicos? What is it?
Chiclets.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
either.
also someone selling bananas on a stick that are drizzled with piping hot chocolate.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fine, because the banana on the stick on its own seems just stupid and redundant.
Yeah.
No, have you like gotten like banana that's been like dipped?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
That's nice.
The more you kind of go
Yeah.
through, the more you see that there's kind of the same shops repeated quite often for the convenience, and very small nuances like spicy hot dogs or cheesy hot dogs. Like they're not doing a very good job. There you go, Mesh. Yeah. They're basically
okay.
peppermint gum.
Chiclets.
Oh, they're like the.
Yeah, but they're taffy, so you you can eat them and swallow them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in
so
not in real life, but I'm saying in the marketplace here, in the peddler's row.
Oh.
The longer you go, the more you see that there's like military are also going inside and outside of stuff. And Layla, this might be like, because you rolled a 20, you probably remember you got that dark blade that you wanted to check out. You spot a blacksmith plume like coming from this really large area that's right next to like a jeweler and like one of the rock candy stalls. You're like, huh, I could probably pop in there. And then it hits you. You see those ivory tiefling horns duck under the tent flap as you see the sign that says Ruger's Blacktop.
Okay. I think I'll be holding up like. So when you were a kid, did you get lots of candy when you were growing up?
I don't know why
Oh
you're
my
so
goodness!
interested
Look
in.
over there.
What is that? Let's have a look at it right now. Let's stop what we're doing and do.
Let's not think about family.
It's a blacksmith. I should check to see if they can help me with the dark steel blade.
Oh, I suppose I have been indulging it too much. I'll join you. We might need some supplies and such.
Let's go.
You know, one day you should talk about your family at this extent, you know?
You know everything about my family. I'm an orphan.
I may or may not have forgotten that.
I have no family. Also, I am an open book. Now let's go. Unlike some people.
I feel so somewhat ashamed, but that is.
Someone got called out there.
I answered it like that, but I think she would have been like, "Oh well, I'm an open book. I don't have any family. I'm an orphan. Let's go."
Fun fact, Harry. At one point in this campaign, me and Cari's character were all going to be sisters, like long
fair
lost
enough.
sisters.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hear the law like pinging of a hammer kind of stop as the flap goes, and you guys kind of duck through, and you hear someone talking in there, and there's a line of there's actually a oh shit, I lost this, hang on. There's someone that's like a dwarf that's talking with him. It looks like they're related, and is like picking up an axe and checking the weight and then having it like recommissioned and have like some notes on it. And it seems like they're just kind of idle chit chat. And then you can see a gentleman that is a relatively plain individual, but has like a rust colored leathered armor, and then has like some robes around his armor, and like has like a cloak with a symbol of the Dawnfather on the back of it, and slung over the symbol is a lute, and he also has like a pan flute kind of on his side hip, and has like a typical bard's kind of outfitting. He's got very long raven black hair, probably down to his shoulders, that's tied up into a ponytail to kind of rest out of his eyes, and then has like a fine mustache, and he's talking with this dwarf as you come in. And then there's another gentleman next to him wearing some armor that looks really old and has like a super heavy looking weapon. And as you get closer, Harry.
It is me.
It is I.
It is I. Yeah. So who's the dwarf talking to again, sorry?
He's talking to Kane.
Talking to Kane. Where are they at in the conversation?
Well, so my friend here, we're not exactly a righteous brand, but we're looking to get some splint about this size. The bust size is about 70 centimeters. Can you get us one today? And then you hear from what you believe to be named Ruger, this real stocky dude with like triple braided brown beard, where all three of the beard braids are singed, and he smells like fire, and he has a widow's peak, like very deep, and like his hair is pulled back into a ponytail just to keep it out of his eyes, and he's got like one of those kind of like masks that's flipped up, and he's still got like a soot line above his forehead, and he's got like a hammer, and he like slings it in his waistcoat, and he's like, well, what are you gonna do, huh? I'll go in the back and check it out. Let me go check. What's yeah, turn around, let me see the back.
Gonna get
Show me that caboose, eh?
It's a New Yorker, I see.
Gotta see if this thing can back it up. I'm just kidding, I don't need to see you, ass. I just like it. And he just goes to the back and starts looking, like he just shuffling through, like he just throws a helmet on the ground and like some big sword he just like pulls out of this thing and just goes like sticks it in, like, nah, that needs to be sharpened again, fuck me. Harry, what did they see?
They say, as I turn around, so pull up my thing so I remember. So, being able to see me in full, getting a better look. I am a bright red skinned tiefling, jet black hair. I have a sort of mustache that's coming down here, and then a small little goatee that's forming. Hair that comes down to my shoulders, and I look like I have been walking for the better part of a month. So I look shabby. There's bits are just like starting to grow over a little bit. I look on me. There is this large warhammer that looks like it's seen its fair share of battle. You've got the horns that end in the ivory sort of tips. As I turn around, I sort of look up and I clock Layla, isn't it?
Yeah, she's the first one in.
Yeah. I clock Layla.
They smell kind of like smoke.
You see my eyes a bright red, but they give off this like strange, extra ethereal sheen to them. There's like a little something extra there, which isn't typically known with tieflings. Let me quickly go read something.
He's wearing some like chainmail that is over his shirts, and it looks like pockmarked. Like it's got dents from maul hits. It's got like stripped pieces of chain that are missing. Like he's very clearly in need of some new armor.
Yeah, it is old, and it looks like not just months old, possibly years old. Like this thing has been around.
It's like a hand-me-down of a hand-me-down. Yeah.
Yeah. Several hand-me-downs. Ready to fall apart at any moment.
And he's also got some really unique looking longsword that's kind of not really like it's the length of a longsword. Is that right?
No, I was gonna say I've actually taken that out, so I don't have that anymore. I'm sticking to pure hammer.
Okay. So why don't you tell them what that looks like then?
I did. So it's just a hammer. It looks old. Looks like it's warm. It's a bit bigger than usual. And you can see it's got some like noticeable cracks down the side, but it's kind of just like this large, heavy hunk of rock. That looks like it's been worn down over a period of time of just use.
Yeah, and while still used, I think your shield's probably the newest thing that you got on you.
Yeah. Do I have a shield on my character sheet?
Yeah, you did. I checked earlier.
Ah, good.
I went ahead and equipped it so your armor class would go up. Yeah, he's red skinned. Is that right, Harry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Red skin, jet black hair. I don't think there's anything else at the
Goatee?
because it's goatee, and then yeah, that's kind of
Tiefling brothers.
His goatee. What is he wearing? What's his clothes? Is it
like-
attire?
ranky traveling gear. It is a big sort of like dusty shawl with a hood that like equally looks as old and shabby. There's bits that are flying off. There's like a mop that like flies out.
Yeah, but you don't look old. That's the key difference is you actually like outside of looking pretty shabby and stuff, like it's kind of like a really young person that if they just took a shower, they would probably look very well put together.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all young and like the majority of us are pretty young.
Yeah, I think Jesliann is the one that's like the matron of the group, as you will.
You are
I didn't want to say, I specifically said it like that because I didn't want to say, I think all of us are young except Jesliann. I thought that'd be a little rude.
And we don't know if Sheepa's 2 years old or is 1,000 years old, so we're not exactly sure.
We don't know.
Sheepa is Sheepa. Sheepa is beyond age.
Gets us in cinemas.
When I enter,
How does age even work for me?
It's up to we get to make the rules, man.
John.
Yeah.
when I enter, I'll just say, "Oh, greetings, fellow traveler. You look like you are in need of an upgrade."
I gotta look down. Just you could say that.
You can hear in the hollow of like a drinking glass, like, you can say that again. Looks like a hunk of metal fell on him. What are you gonna do, huh?
Metal fell on you. You look like you had-
Sorry. Hang on. Stop.
I had planned to make this guy a New Yorker from the very beginning, by the way.
No. I was okay. You remember Star Wars, the original,
About.
the prequels, fucking Guido or whatever his name is.
Yep. The second you said Star Wars, I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah, you just don't get. Borders.
This is also a reference to the first time Harry and I played D&D together.
Is this like you're surviving tiefling?
Oh, at least in spirit.
Yeah.
Sorry, this threw me off. I heard it. My brain was like, hang on. There's a joke there.
Wait, you don't look like metal dropped on you.
Are you sure? You've
I
seen
mean,
me?
you look pretty rough, but I don't think metal fell on you.
I hold up one of the parts of the chainmail, and I like to imagine like a very small like clump falls off.
You need some help.
That is what I'm useful. You came into the tavern earlier, didn't you? With that group of yours.
Yes, we did. New to the city.
So am I.
Ooh, where are you from? Your accent sounds like mine.
What would he respond to this with?
She's basically hinting that you have a Marquesian accent.
Would I know that I have a Marquesian accent?
No.
Yeah.
How do you not know that he has an Marquesian accent? That doesn't make any sense.
Story reasons.
You?
That is a question, eh?
That is a
Yeah,
question.
we don't know everything. That's the point.
You know,
What are you gonna do, huh?
What are you gonna do?
Shut up back there.
Could I sheepishly
You see that
walk
while
in,
you're
not paying
talking, he
attention?
walks up to you with your armor. He's like, "This doesn't even work, scraps!" And he grabs like what looks to be some hedge trimmers that he's repairing, and cuts your armor off at the hem all the way up. Can you finish it on the shoulders? You're too damn tall for me. Just give it a snip, maybe 2. Just don't watch your neck.
I take them and I start going. I'm from.
Cut away from me, you dumbass!
Oh, no, you
Come
can, I can do that for
on.
you, and I like chuck my fan up there to cut the metal, the bracket.
Layla opens and closes her fan. Just like does one of these.
I throw it out, and there's like an ethereal chain that's attached to the
He's doing the correct Kratos.
the fan. Yeah.
The fan kind of like
Like
flies
Kratos.
out and grabs a corner, and then she kind of just whips her wrist back, and in a matter of seconds, as the fan hits her grasp and she grabs it, your armor goes to the ground and clips the last bit.
At this moment,
Sorry.
she sheepishly will walk in, not really paying attention, and just walk into Harry's character while mumbling, "Oh, I don't want to think about them right now." And as I bump in, I go, "Oh, hi, Candy."
You offering to me?
Yes, because I bumped into you. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh yeah, Harry, are you kind of like 6 foot even around there?
I'm so
So you're like a little bit taller
Oh.
than Caidi,
Yeah.
but Shifa and
Nice to-
Jesliann still tower over you.
Down to her.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do you want some?
Sure.
Sorry, I've been laughing
Nah.
so much. I have to re-remember my accent now. Sure. Thank you.
They're nice.
I was
sure they are.
asking, oh, you know what? I asked you where you're from. I did not ask your name. How rude of me. What is your name?
Dante. Dante Everbright.
From Bright.
That's a good
Everbright.
name. I
Everbright.
approve.
Yes, that makes sense. Dante
Wait,
Everbright.
your surname is Everbright?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know Everbright?
Is that an issue?
No.
No, I can tell. You speak. Because you know.
Maybe I should
It's a-
introduce
like-
myself. I'm Caidi Everfall.
What?
Funny
Right.
coincidence.
Are you related?
Uh-huh.
It's a coincidence, but it's very
Uh-huh.
common for various surnames from different clans and races to start like that. I mean, it's
I'm just gonna ask so as bluntly as I could.
It's a common name
did you-
prefix.
Did you pick your surname?
No,
Is it a family name?
it is a family name. And
I-
so.
One of
Caidi,
2 family
and
names, am I right?
My name's Layla.
Pleasure to meet you later.
I'm sorry, Dante. I'll just try to keep him down. I'll just talk money. I'll shut up. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if I can put in another order and keep him quiet. All right.
Thank you.
My name's Brother Kane. Nice to meet you.
Your first name is brother?
No, my
No,
last
no,
name,
no.
dumbass. What do you think?
Is that like a sir? That's like a sir, not surname. What is it? Sir, sir pretext before.
Title.
What kind of brother are you, brother?
Sorry, you can clearly see that Caidi's been thrown off a loop twice now, and I'm not entirely sure how I should even act.
So I'll introduce myself. I'm Incankoth Jesliann. You can call me Jesliann. Most people do.
She
Please make your
towers
acquaintance.
over you, but she's
Yeah, I
treating you
was gonna
so
say-
nicely.
I like like the idea that she comes in like a second after, and it's just this like.
So you know how most people like say hello like this? Jesliann goes like this to you. Hello down there.
I'm like, clean up, he's like, hello.
Guys, we're entering by size because Mesh is still to come.
Mesh is just a part of the tent.
Size order. How tall is Dante?
He's like, yeah, he's 6
A
even.
little bit taller than Caidi.
So you're not that much shorter than me, because I'm like 6'8", which is kind of.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought you were 7 even. Yeah, you're good.
No.
Yeah,
I decided not to make her. I decided not to make her as tall.
Okay.
We would have had 2 huge characters then, right?
It would have been awesome.
Pleasure. Sorry, this is a lot of people at once. Katie, Layla, no last name?
No last name, just Layla.
No last name. Okay.
No last name is not my last name. I don't have it.
Oh, but I was going to call you that the entire time now. And
As
sorry,
Shifa
repeat your
comes
name.
in
It's
under
like
the tent,
holding
like,
the tent up so he
bumping
can
his head.
see.
Hello,
Hello.
Shifa. And I nod my head and wave. That's it. That's it. That's all you get.
This is really awkwardly.
Yeah.
Very interesting group you have. Layla, pleasure to meet you all.
Ooh, pleasure to meet you too. We
Dante,
are-
what's your passive again?
14.
Okay, never mind then. I thought you had a 15.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I like how I heard Kane when you asked that.
Oh yeah.
There's a little bit there.
Yeah. Kane's my self-insert, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Brother Kane. I didn't go that route. I almost gave him the Batman treatment. What's his
What, like Alfred?
Alfred Kane, yeah.
Alfred Kane.
The actor is Michael.
away.
Michael Kane. Yeah.
Michael Caine here.
Michael Kane.
Together we are Delta Explorers. You may call us Delta X.
Delta Explorers.
They have some sort of
Four
like
of us.
they actually have, each of them have a very small like it's kind of like the Guildmaster's markings that you saw around town, but this one is like just a very simple marking that's like designated them as an official adventuring party within the Empire.
Okay.
Yeah, that we got a certificate. I remember.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recognize that though, would I?
No.
In terms of
No, they have
what
some
it
sort of
means.
pin that they are pointing to. You're like, yeah, it looks legit, I guess.
Yeah.
He's from.
Your guess is that they're part of some sort of
Marquette.
guild. That's what you can kind of
Yes.
guess. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you have all been traveling together for some time.
Yes.
No.
A couple of weeks.
I'm gonna say a few weeks. Couple of weeks, is it?
A week?
I forget the time.
Technically 2 weeks if you count travel. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That
Oh,
counts.
But you
You're
guys have
totally
been
full for it.
official only for the travel.
Oh, I see. A few weeks. Wait, where have you come from?
Upper Duke, and before that, Marquette.
You're joking. I just came from Upper Duke. We must have passed each other at some point.
Did you hear any explosions? See any explosions while you were there?
Did I?
Your guess is they're probably referring to the fireworks.
You mean the fireworks?
Okay, you weren't there. Yeah, we had to sort out a prison break. Sorry, I'm not in
What
character. We
about-
had to sort out prison break.
Yes, the talk about prison break.
Is that in character,
Okay.
Jodie, or is that you sassing him?
Jodie just disappeared.
Yeah, we lost Jodie for a second.
The laughter was too much.
I didn't want to spit out my drink on my keyboard.
Yeah, I can see that.
Let's say I did it in character.
I didn't even hear what she said. She ducked out so quickly.
I was gonna say. What
She was just
that?
sassing you. She was like, oh yeah, I bet, as one does, you know,
That's
like
what
saving it from a prison break. Kind of sassing you for flexing on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, you're supposed to be the adult. Chill.
Mom, you're embarrassing me.
You're all adults too.
Did I hear
It's
about
like
a prison
Shiva.
break?
We don't know.
Or would I-
No,
or would I
no,
read
you're
the
like I hit prison break. You would have been on the road, so you wouldn't have heard nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I must have left already. What a funny coincidence.
You.
Maybe. What brings you up this way?
Well, we are on our way. I am looking for a blacksmith. That is why I'm in this room. And if there's not someone I can find here, then we go to Rexingdrum. Then I go to meet my mentor, Vivian Vasquez, in Yarosa. And
Yarosa!
Yaros!
introduce her to Jesliann because Jesliann wants to fund a trip to Eros, and she needs funding to do that. So we go talk to Vivian, and then we go back to Marquette, and then we talk about the government and Marquette to give them funding to go to Eros.
Dante, give me an insight check just to see if you can understand her accent.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Also, I know
Okay.
Eros is not the.
I know.
Actual-
That's what I'm saying.
Must be gonna tug.
Wouldn't you know that?
Insight check. That is a 23.
Your guess is that you don't really know what the hell Eros is, but she's pointing like up in the sky. And your only guess is she means to go way up north, and then it kind of clicks. They want to go to that super, super cold island that's like got some sort of like lost civilization and really fucky magic stuff going on up there. You're like, I do not want to go there. Like, it's very, very scary, like mythos. But you're like, it's only really crazy people go up there.
Yeah.
Well, it's just Leanne that wants to go there. I don't think the rest of the party was very.
Yeah. But
Going
Layla's
there.
saying that you wanted to go there, but she didn't say the
Okay,
name
yeah.
right, so he
She
made an
wants to
insight
go
check.
to Eros. We need to get funding for her, so we take her to Marquette. Marquette says, "Oh, we give you money." They give her money. She goes.
You want to go to Eros, that the freaky place with all the.
I don't. It's too cold there. But she wants to.
Oh yes, I'm very, very, very keen on going there. You see, the area is being plundered at the moment. All sorts of people are taking the opportunity because of war, and they're going there, and it's very important we preserve that stuff. It's just been sold and plundered, and who knows what wonders lay there. Our very own Shifa. He seems to have some origins in that area. Also, we suspect, I think, and the establishment, they're not keen on funding that sort of thing.
While she's babbling, Dante, you can notice that Shifa looks very uncomfortable. Like, he's like shifting his weight and is like looking back and forth, like doing this
As soon
stopped,
as
but
my
like there's no
name was
facial
mentioned-
expressions.
As soon as my name was mentioned, my fingers moved, but then I hesitated again and stopped myself.
And Caidi's obviously trying to quiet Jesliann for some reason.
So, did you notice my hand on your shoulder while you were talking, Jodie?
Yeah, not at first, and she's like, okay, well, but you know, and she just finishes and stops talking.
I'm going to chalk that up to personal reasons.
So
Sounds like a touchy subject.
Rob, this is going to sound a bit weird to ask, but because now we've had two characters give away a lot of details, how trusting am I to Harry's character?
That's a character choice.
I haven't told him anything about anything that I feel. Then again, Layla's an open book. She doesn't really.
I mean,
have
your
insight into
insight
fighting.
at least, Caidi, you could pick up that Dante's clocking you guys very carefully, but he seems like he's generally a pretty pleasant person to talk to.
Okay.
What's your passive insight?
My passive insight is 15.
15.
So he clocks a lot more than the average Joe.
Yeah.
She.
I'd say there's like.
She does, yeah.
What a 15 be? Yeah, because he's not like overly hiding it. Like, there's a little bit of like hesitation as all this information is getting spurred out, and it's that sort of inclination of not wanting to reveal the cards I've got in my hand, sort of deal, but not distrusting or like, oh, I could screw these people over or whatever. Just the sort of like, okay, that's a lot of information. I'm not ready to give all that out yet.
Hey, you bozo, why don't you come try this on? I think I got your size. Your friend's
Oh.
got some metal loot he wants made a bit more echoey or whatever business. I told him to go see an instrumentalist. Come here.
Okay.
Turn around.
Give me just a moment.
You put this on.
Sort of
Take your shield off.
that, like,
Come on.
clipping.
I'm
things
I'm not
into
your
place.
chaperone. I'm your blacksmith. Put it on.
As they're doing that, I tuck what was my hood that was slightly lowering. I now tuck it back forward to completely more conceal myself, and I turn to the others and goes, guys, we can't reveal so much so easily. We
What
shouldn't.
do we have to
Dante,
hide?
as you turn and Caidi
Everything.
turns away, you notice that Caidi is wearing a symbol of the Changebringer around her neck. Is that right, Goldy?
Yes.
Yeah, she's got a
Oh,
very
God.
prominent Changebringer medallion around her neck, and carries a whip at her side.
Yeah, I have a whip.
Ooh.
Because now that you're closer, you can see some of that.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to hide. I don't know what
It's-
you're worried about.
But,
It's not that I
Dante, you
don't
can
trust
add
him,
splint
I
to your
don't trust
armor,
wandering ears.
and
Yeah, but who cares where we're going?
Brother
anymore?
Kane's gonna put forth half the price for it,
Thieves.
so you
Yeah,
only
but
have to pay
we
half.
them.
The only issue is I have got not half.
Did you add gold when you made your character?
I have gold, but I don't think it was. I think it was the one that we talked about.
Okay. Well then, how much gold do you have on your person?
73.
Okay, yeah, you can knock that. Just give yourself 25, and he'll say, "I'll pay the difference." So I'll figure it out.
Excellent.
He owes me a favor. Maybe you don't get the crazy instrument next time. Crazy bards, always something new to play. Should have stuck with the drums, much more cheap. Just hit the crap out of something.
Is he just talking to me?
Inspirational.
Is he
Yeah, he's just talking to the
aimless?
air as he's strapping you in. That's like
I
he's
was
just
gonna
wild.
say. My
He
face
forgot
is
to
with a
put
lot of
his shield mask
confusion.
back up, so he's like, I can't see nothing. And then like Brother Kane like comes and that explains everything. Very hard to reach up there, but whatever.
Excuse me, sir. Are you
What do you want?
free? So I have this blade that I found. I think
He's
it's
strapping in
dark
while he's
steel.
listening, but he's not looking at you.
Yeah. It's dark steel and it looks elven, but I don't want to use it as is. So I want to see if I can incorporate it into my fan weapons.
All right, you should be good to go here. And he like slaps you on the ass. Like, very nice.
Just what?
Not me, right?
No, Dante.
Her-
It's like,
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna-
like,
I was
good
gonna
job,
say.
Dante. Very nice. Splint mail should keep your ass safe, but not from this angle.
Why is he slapping
Just
me?
don't turn your back on your
Yeah,
enemies.
so-
That's not a good one.
Oh, very friendly. Yeah. Thank you, my friend.
You're
Just-
welcome. No
Good
bonus.
feat.
That should do it. I'll just take care of the stuff for scraps and we'll call it even.
Got for it.
That way you don't have to worry about it. Do you want any shield or sword or something not made out of rocks? And he like looks at your hammer with a little bit of disdain.
No, I'm fond of these ones. Thank you.
Great, save me
Sorry,
some
no
commission. Now you miss. What's your name?
Layla.
Right. What you want again? You say it again?
So this is dark steel blade.
Oh,
What? I don't.
fucking crazy elven material.
Well, if you don't know how to use it, I go to Rexington.
Come on, I'm a blacksmith. Of course I know how to use it.
Okay, I want to use it like in my fan weapons.
Check for deception for Rob's comment, please.
You are doing this or no?
I'm listening, so I'll do it.
Roll an insight.
24.
He seems very offended.
But I didn't say anything. I'm just looking.
He's
to
not
see if
offended
he-
at you.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not. Yeah, no, not at you.
He's offended at Layla for thinking that
Oh.
he can't do anything with Darksteel.
You're the one
Oh.
complaining about elven mate.
I don't say anything. I keep quiet.
Yeah. It's the craftsmanship, okay? It's not the material.
All right, I get it. I know.
Foreigners, am I right? He like looks at Dante. It's like, what the hell? You wouldn't know any different? Who's gonna
I
agree
am
with
a
me in this
foreigner.
tent? Fuck me. Like, He like looks at the blade. He's like, I could probably make this into the fan, give or take, but you're wearing some fancy fans, miss. You might need to get this enchanted. And it'll take me a couple days. This stuff's very unruly. I got a couple other orders.
Enchanted.
Can you turn them into darts? That I could like.
Darts. If you wanted to keep the material flat, to make it into the fans later, and make this into the darts, you lose that. So you get darts or you get the fan. What you want?
Which one do I get faster?
Well, I could probably whip up something to the correct general shape and a bit thin, more than better. Maybe another day. Depends on how much you're paying. He like looks at you.
Well, I'm not a blacksmith, but I don't want to be cheated. How much do you think it'd be worth?
Oh, this is worth quite a bit, but the problem is I've got a lot of other orders from the military. So you got to get a rush order ticket in. Otherwise, I can't reasonably tell, you know, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. No.
I think he wants you to grease his palm to expedite the order.
Yeah, I like her. What's your name? Do you want something?
Okay.
Do you want something?
Layla,
I
do
make
you
her
take that
something nice.
literally?
Yes, I don't know what that means. I
Okay,
know
cool.
that this is not a literal thing. I know this is a saying, but I don't know what the saying means.
All right. Saying means the grease makes things more slippery. All right? Slippery things, you can get them going faster because there's less friction in the hand. It moves quick.
So if you want
So
to
you
go
put the
fast,
money,
grease your
and to
palm.
get more money,
Go
it's
fast.
more grease.
So grease your palm means go fast.
It
It means give me some more cash.
It means pay a little extra to get things moving
I just let her
a
talk.
bit faster.
She can figure it out.
Yes. Well, what would be the normal going rate for what she's asking for?
Well, pretty much if the crafting fee is basically what you want to be made, you pay for that, and it's whenever I get it done. And then you can chop off half price if you provide the materials. In this case, she's doing that. The problem is the materials are already into another weapon, so it's not going to be fully half price. And then I'd probably say if she wants to expedite the order, you just pay full price and I get it done. And maybe a day.
How does that sound, Layla?
Well, it depends on how soon, what does expedite, how
I
fast
heard
is the
no
expedite?
numbers.
Yes.
Also,
I'm
how
listening.
long do we have? Like, do we have days that we can stay here? Do we need to go?
I'll just go quietly.
Well,
say
we have
Layla.
we have
We're
booked 3
fine.
days in it. We've booked 3 days in advance. So let's just say we have 3 days at the moment.
That's good. 30 days.
Then you may not have to expedite it. You just have to rush order it then. Because if you rush order it, that just means it moves to the front of the line. It doesn't mean that I work any faster on it. If you got 3 days, it'll be done in 3 days easy.
So what is your assumption of the price for 3 days?
It depends on how much you want to put the grease in.
I want to know how much you want.
I don't know how much the fans go for. I don't sell them.
5 gold?
Each?
I mean, I don't want to put a lot in. You want to ask me how much I want to pay for it? I don't want to pay a lot.
Well, let me look at my pricing log just a second.
Well,
I gotta go see how much a longsword's going for.
How much would the labor be since you're providing Layla's providing the materials?
Well, the labor's waived because she's not doing anything besides rushing the order and she's providing raw material. That's a pretty big help to me because I don't have to just make some shit up and buy it from a supplier.
So then you'd have to tell us what your rate is, and then we can work things out from there.
Miss,
But
could
we
you
need a
open
rate
this
to
book for
start
me? My
with.
hands are all dirty. And he hands you this like encyclopedia of equipment. It's not thick. The book covers are thick, but there's like a bunch of items in there.
Oh, he's heavy.
Spaghetti.
You look in there. Let's see here. So I have to do some quick maths.
Why?
Cari, how much are your fans worth? Are they 5 gold?
Is
Sorry if I didn't catch that.
2 gold, but 5 gold sounds fine.
All together.
2, 4, so 4 total for both.
He's like looking at the sword a little bit. You can see him as you're looking through this. He's actually throwing it in the fire a little bit, just kind of like getting the tip of it a little wet or a little hot. And then he gets it really close to his ear. He's actually like listening to it burn.
I'm sorry.
Then he like sticks it in the oil and it cools instantly. Like it just kind of does the thing, you know, you put something hot in the oil, it goes like and steams for a really long time and like makes the bubbles and stuff. This thing goes in the oil and goes. That's nice. That's gonna be a fast job. But I gotta work quick. I cannot find this. I need to find weapon cost. I think he'll probably charge you what a heavy weapon's gonna be if you want to rush order it. Let's see here. He's like, well, at the. You want it done in 2 days or 3 days?
3 is good.
He like looks over at like a line of like
2.5?
swords.
3?
No, he's like ignoring you now. He's like doing mental math. He's like,
Matthew.
I'll tell you what, I'll give it to you for 20 gold even.
Absolutely, that sounds great to me.
All right. You only have to pay half now, and then you pay the other half when you come back.
All right. I give you 21 gold just because you're so nice to deal with.
I don't take any bribes. I deal with the military enough as it is. Any shit
was
like
not
that's not
bribed.
appropriate. Absolutely not. It's 20 gold.
It's a what do you call it?
If you give me
How
that
about
gold, I'm
19?
gonna
I
ram
give
it
you
down your
19.
dress, lady. And I know you're not even wearing one, so that makes that comment weird. Sorry. It's been a weird day.
You apologize.
There's
Interesting.
I give you 20 gold. I get it in 3 days. We good.
He leaves it in the oil and takes your gold for a second, and then kind of like shakes it out and then like puts it in something. He's like, I promise I'll sharpen it. I won't drop it like the other thing.
You better not.
Listen, I can't guarantee. He like puts his finger on the blade and it bleeds a little bit just from touching it. He's like, I don't know if this is the craftsmanship or if it's an enchantment. If this thing loses the enchantment, that's on you, and it's still the 20 gold. Is that all right?
It's not your fault if it loses it. It's not my fault because I don't know how to
Well,
do it.
it
so,
doesn't mean that you
know.
can't re-enchant it or put it back easy, but I'll see what I can do. Huh?
I think they say that we cross that door when we get to it.
What'd you cross the door for?
You will
don't
cross
know.
the
That's what they say.
bridge when we get to it.
Cross the bridge? Ah, cross the bridge
to it.
when we get to it.
Whatever.
You do know idioms. See, you just.
You guys notice that there's like a line developing behind you with people that are looking pretty impatient now.
I know idioms. I just don't. Some of them I don't know.
Brother
I don't
Kane
know.
looks at you, Dante, and he's like, I think we need to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dante leans in and taps Layla. Look, it's not my business, but you have a line behind you. I think we should leave.
Oh, okay. That sounds.
Brother Kane's already by the door, like on the flap, and he's like,
I walk out, expecting everyone to follow.
well, it was nice meeting all of you guys. Brother Kane says, where'd you get the rock candy? I gotta get some of that. It looks so good. And the kids are making it, man.
Over there. Yeah, it's a little
All right, I'll be right
expensive, but I
back.
think
And he
close
like
to
runs
the
off. Dante, stay right here, okay? I'll be right back.
I handed one. Take it.
No charity.
Take it.
He like runs off.
If you can't find me, I'll go back to the inn.
His loss.
He wants the whole
He's
pack
really
of
good.
it.
He like runs towards the bread shop and then like turns right and he's like, then he like sprints down the other way. And it's just like goes out of sight. You're like, he's gonna lose it.
I don't think he
He's
does.
not very good with
we should've-
directions.
You think we should have told him where to go? Oh, well,
No,
Right.
it wouldn't have mattered. Heart of a child, that one.
Did he leave his shop unattended, or was there other people there?
No. Brother,
No, no.
Brother Gain's the guy I came with.
Brother Kane is his companion.
Oh,
No,
I thought it was the
No, I'm
shop.
saying I thought Brother Kane was a shopkeeper.
No, Rugers
No,
is
no,
the
no,
shopkeeper.
no.
He's a dwarf.
He's the bard that
Yeah.
was complaining about.
Okay, I'm so confused. I'm just got so confused there.
Yeah. They both have deep voices, but this guy didn't talk like a New Yorker. He talked more like me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say it sounds like a cool youth pastor.
Pretty much. He's got the tuck, the Baptist tuck in his shirt, tucked it in his robes and belt buckle. Now, Harry,
Me.
as you guys leave, I am going to have you roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you actually remembered to hide your holy symbol when you're changing armor.
Oh. That is
DC
sleight
12.
of hand. You said.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
Okay. So if you want to hide it, then I will say that Caidi, you are the only one to clock that he is, when he takes off, when Layla chunked his armor off and he put on the splint, you notice that he grabbed something under his shirt and tucked it under the splint, kind of like under this thing where it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't be visible from the outside, so that it could keep something hidden in a necklace that he was wearing.
I like to imagine it's also a very quick move. It's like
Yeah, it's very deliberate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an indication of skilled with sleight of hand. It's more of a skill that's a practiced move. It's something that he does all the time. It's
But
that,
again,
like,
only Caidi you can clock this because you have a 15.
Did I see what it was? I just know he did see. Oh, okay.
He hit it very well.
Would I be suspicious enough that it's some kind of religious symbol because I know it's a necklace?
Because it's a passive check, you can't really tell.
Nothing.
It just looks like it's a habit that they were putting something back under where it's supposed to be. It could be as simple as like a family heirloom or like a locket or something. Like that's your best guess, is it's like something personal that they're trying to keep to themselves. It's been about 2 hours. I would like to take a break really quick and clean up my desk. And I think it'd probably good for all of us to just stand up and walk around for a bit. So let's take a quick
Yes.
5,
Please.
10. Okay, let's do that.
Okay, thank you.
We know each
Sorry, Jodie, it's been a little
Sounds
long
good.
because I was trying to get you to a decent stopping point.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of like zoning out because I'm like foggy as well.
You are super
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah, but I'm zoning out, so I need to perk
You
up a
look
bit.
like a
Mesh?
fuzzy banana.
Have you checked
Perk up a bit.
general?
My Pokemon
I
quickly.
posted something about you.
Yeah, the
Wait,
horns.
for something in general?
For Mesh.
Oh. Perfect. When you came into the tent.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I didn't get to say the line I was gonna say because I was laughing too hard. But I was gonna, as Layla cut the armor off, I was gonna turn around and just be like, "That's the fastest anyone's ever got clothes off me."
Perfect. I'm trying. I'm not really good at it. I need to get better at it, but I'm trying to play Layla like Lizelle from Baldur's Gate, but a nice version. Like,
Right.
she's a trained warrior that knows what she's doing. She's very literal, but she's not abrasive. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Harry, just picture this. There's a robot, 3 girls, and now you.
So you're kind of in a harem.
I was gonna say.
Harry, you can't fuck the robot.
Oh, but then that's not complete, Hara.
So, Harry, do you want to give them context for?
You haven't
your
seen what I can do with a hammer, eh?
From ancient
But my
times.
wait, sorry.
The escape the Tiefling brothers.
Oh yeah. So quick bit of backstory for this. One of the very first games I played with Rob, it wasn't even a game. It was a one shot where someone we knew. I don't know if you know who he is, so I won't mention it. But basically, a past DM who gave us a really goofy prompt where we would start in Water Deep. And all he said was, make 10 level 1 characters. They don't have to be anything. Just make them. And, like, just go for it. And it was basically the city got invaded. And you would, like, it would just be, you'd do a thing, you'd die, you'd go to another character. And it's meant to be, like, an icebreaker-y sort of vibe. But as one of them was the set of tieflings that both me and Rob played that were these, like, Spanish-style tieflings.
A bard and a sorcerer, I think.
Like,
A bard and a sorcerer, yeah. Sort of Mario and Luigi-esque.
Yeah.
And like Dante now is just the further along actual characterized personification of that. Which is a good time. I still miss that. That was very fun. I think we should do that one shot at some point because that was a really fun time.
Yeah. Basically, each of the people that came were supposed to make, like, I think everyone was supposed to make a set of 2 to 5 or like 5 characters at level 1. And
it's literally, and they're all throwaway. They're all,
yeah, like what you were supposed to do is that
Yeah.
you each play one of the characters, and like you have a very high likelihood of not surviving when the town gets invaded by a bunch of dragons and draconic warriors and stuff that are employed by the dragons, like an army. And when they come in to invade, you can play the characters through a skill challenge, and if you fail, like in the context of it, it's generally like 3 failures or 3 successes, whichever happens first. If you can do 3 successes, then they escape. If you don't get 3 successes, then they fail.
Yeah.
But it's each of them are like group checks, and so like I think our characters got spotted early. We failed a stealth check, so we're like running, and then we passed an athletics check, and then we had to do like climbing and something, and then we had to pass a. I think we were running through alleyways and there were barrels involved. Yeah. So we had to like run, and then we jumped over some sort of cliff, and one of us took a bunch of damage from falling and almost died.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Wasn't one of our sets of characters a pair of gnomes who escaped in a submarine? Wasn't that one?
They were both wizards, I think. We went to the docks and got out.
Oh, it was so fun. I remember because I think they also pissed off the guards before the invasion came as well.
Yeah, because they were like, they think they worked in the library. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Oh god, it was so funny. Hands down, we've got to do that again at some point.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Such a funny time.
It was a really tough improv because he kind of just had to make the characters like name and class, and that's it. You just ran with it, and then if they survived, then you would like give them a last name, and then you would give them like more thought to their background and stuff beyond what you started with. But it was like a very easy way to get people to play D&D right away instead of like spending time on a character. You see which ones survive, and then after everyone survived, you could change a little bit of them, and you could swap it. So like if my wizard survived and then Harry's bard survived and I wanted to play a bard, then we could swap.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
It was very cool. Very fun.
Oh,
How else was that? It was me, you...
It was just us 3.
Damn.
oh.
Was it just us 3? Okay.
Yeah, because he had a couple of the people that just bailed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
You alright there, Jodie?
There's 2 smoke got over my headphones. It's freezing in here. Did I put my hood on?
Do be
I'm
cold.
jealous of every single fucking one of you.
No,
It
we want
is.
the heat.
I want the cold.
Oh, because it's summer.
I like the heat.
Yeah,
I like the
summer.
cold.
So,
Give me the cold.
Harry, what type of birds do you have? Because I can hear,
I got a-
I can hear birds.
He is a little budgie named Lucifer.
Lucifer, wow.
Yeah,
That's cute. What color is he?
pure white.
He's a white one, wow.
He's
Yeah.
a white budgie called Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
I
Yeah,
cannot
that's
take
funny.
credit for the name though, because it's not my bird specifically. It's a friend of mine's bird, or used to be a friend of mine's bird. When she couldn't keep it, so I've taken it on because she needed to rehome it.
Oh, that's nice.
See.
Although we're not quite friends anymore, so it's just awkward. Just I have your bird.
Oops. Wow.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah. That's.
So how hot is it? How hot is it in Australia right now? Where you are?
Let me check. Right now it's only 22 degrees, but it's also really humid because it's been hot all day and it's about to rain at some point, so
Yeah.
it's very sweaty. But like
So
all
it's late, isn't it? Isn't it night? Must be.
yeah, it's like it's 11:40.
Oh
but like
wow,
all
it's really late.
yeah, but like all night. I mean, sorry, all day it was like I think close to 30 degrees, maybe a bit more.
God. Wow.
Like, let me go check the weather.
That's like peak summer weather, man.
That would be like a heat wave in the
Yeah, that would be
No,
like an average summer day for Cari and I.
25 average.
Oh my god.
Cari's
No, we
in
have.
South Melbourne, North Melbourne?
No,
No, not Melbourne. What am I thinking?
New South Wales.
New South Wales.
I am south of Sydney.
That's the one I'm thinking. Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New South Wales.
How are you peeking in the corner?
No,
Yeah, I
you
was
mean
gonna
New South
say.
Wales? You could ask him. I don't know where he is in relationship to Sydney.
See her?
Or I thought he was
What
closer
you
to
doing?
Melbourne, maybe. That's maybe what I'm getting mixed up.
I-
Is your friend?
I am 3 hours south of Sydney and then 8 hours north of Melbourne.
Okay, I'll have to look at a map of Australia to see where all the cities are.
Yeah,
Southwest.
It's,
I can't remember.
That's fair exchange. 3 of us are in London.
oh,
Yeah,
I didn't realise
all
all three.
all in London. Yeah, we'll. All
That's
of us are
funny.
in London. It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, we're very close to each other too.
Yeah, not too far. I can get on a train to them within 30 minutes.
Oh, lucky.
I can walk to Mesh in 20 minutes.
Yeah, they live in
Yeah,
walking
well-
distance. I'm a little bit away.
I'd say 25, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm 25.
Fair enough.
Maybe close.
And then Cari and Rob are very, very, very far from that.
From
Yeah.
everyone.
Cari and Rob are about 20 seconds walking distance from each other.
Oh, for me, so yeah.
Given that's a bit.
That's a bit long.
Yeah.
That was about 5.
I was gonna
5
say.
seconds.
And that's from the kitchen.
Direct from the shadow on a camera.
You can see her from over there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so.
Oh yeah, you can see her
20
shadow in the
seconds.
camera on that side.
Oh my god,
my
you
God.
can see her hand
Oh,
at the
look
same
at her
time.
creeping out. Oh no.
That's
Carrie
wrong.
Reception.
Get out of there.
All right, well, I'm gonna put you guys back in the street. Cari, are you ready?
You're gonna throw us out.
Gosh, wait, before we do, I
Okay.
want to go get a drink real quick.
We paid for these rooms. What are you talking about?
Well, I paid for these rooms, which,
We
by
paid
the
for
way,
what?
Jodie, you're doing that next time.
Wait, are we not? Did we not work out? Did we not gonna split the goals?
No. I deliberately paid for it, but the next time in character, I'm just giving you a forewarning. I'm gonna throw it on you. Like you do it.
Wait, why didn't we just split the cost? It's 20 gold.
Because I made the deal and I felt kind of bad. Like yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, alright. I'm just gonna assume that.
Cari
that's,
had to
like,
do something real quick.
your characters, what your character's doing.
There's. I am back.
Okay.
Give us light.
So you guys are in the middle of a bustling city in the outset with the was it this one? Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are kind of talking about some interesting stuff. And come outside. And as you do, is it this one I want? No, hold on.
When can we mark off a long rest? Not yet. We haven't had one yet.
It's still mid-afternoon.
You guys
Not
had
that
a
much.
bunch of long rests before this.
Yeah.
What did we?
You were traveling at the very beginning.
You've been traveling. You have been.
We
Yeah.
just come
Slots
into
are used up.
town.
That's not on me,
We've just come
Jodie.
into town. We haven't done anything. It's still
I didn't know
mid-afternoon.
that.
What do you?
Okay, well I'm marking a long rest now because I've got spell
What
slots
have
that are
you
used
been
up and
doing
everything.
since morning?
What would you been constantly injuring yourself on the road?
I don't.
Jodie just hasn't slept. She's been reading the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm going for the record.
Listening. Well, because also I was gonna say she's been listening to Layla and Caidi talk nonstop, but Jesliann also talks. So we're probably just all talking nonstop.
Yeah.
The end doesn't talk that much. Come on, you're being ridiculous.
If she's not her passion.
To be fair, when you start, you don't stop like giving critical information.
That's true. Like if I ask a question, I only want a yes or no. And then 20 minutes later, I still don't have the yes or no.
Layla, you're not better to be
So
fair.
the details and when we go
I
into
talk
the
a
north
lot,
right now.
but I give yes or no.
The establishment they're not interested in going there. The war and that, it's just ridiculous. And they really need to take somebody to stand up to them and stand up to these these old buffoons. They really not really advancing the cause and the preservation of our history. It's very important. And who knows what new discoveries we could be making there. And
just my point.
Just Shifa, he's a mechanical marvel, and we really should go there. I honestly, you said that we shouldn't be telling people, but I think we should be telling more people so that we can get more people interested in the funding and preserve the area. I don't know why everyone doesn't see the logic in it. This is really what we should be doing.
Perception check to find out if people are staring at us, Rob.
Sorry, hang on, Jodie. What's your character's name again? It's Jesliann, right?
Jesliann.
Jesliann.
Yeah.
Jesliann.
There's like somebody nearby, Caidi, that's like a kid eating like a corn dog.
I turn my head slowly.
That's gonna
He like stops mid chewing.
I really should
And bolts.
do an estimation of how much it would actually cost. Like I can present a budget to Layla's friend, and we can
Harry, have you seen Hunter x Hunter?
I have not seen Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, there's a moment when there's a bunch of math being discussed, and Gon's like kind of a dumb kid, but like very smart fighter, and like his ears are just like steaming as she's just like 1,000-yard stares, like that's what it's like talking to Jesliann in this moment. You're like, you've got a high like insight score, so you can kind of figure out somewhat of what she's saying, but like the implications are just like, what are you on about? Lacking some critical information here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Jesliann?
Harry.
Oh, go on, Harry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Speak would be much more suitable.
Sorry, Jesliann.
Yeah.
Sorry. Look. It isn't my place because I obviously don't know anyone here. However, I can pick up that your reasons for going where you're going are both personal to both you and Shifa. Shifa?
Yeah, I nod.
And not everyone wants their personal history thrown about. I do not know what this dynamic is, but I understand not wanting your information out there. So I don't know if Shifa would like that.
I'm sure I haven't given any personal information about Shifa, because quite frankly, he hasn't given us any, so there really isn't anything to say. Apart from, I think he's a mechanical marvel. That's
I don't know what that means in terms of everything else, but I can tell how uncomfortable everyone is right now. That is the personal information you're giving out.
Mesh, are you blinking or anything? Like, are you
I'm just scanning. I'm just scanning
I'm
everyone.
trying to like pull her down so I can whisper in her ear.
We're not supposed to tell people that he's mechanical.
Oh, maybe not.
He's trying to hide that.
Right. It's okay. Well,
So
what?
talk
Okay.
about them all you want, but don't say mechanical wonder.
Shifa, you see as they're talking and making you very nervous that there is a very long covered wagon that's got a double hitch in the center, and there are 4 horses very professionally hitched to it that is rounding the corner of the area that you're at through town, and there are like a couple armed guards, but they're only at the front to kind of clear a path because it's a really wide carriage. And in both carriages there's like no people but a lot of noises, and it has like covered boxes, like crates, large, small, medium-sized, and it's very clear that they're covered for some reason. Excuse me. And as it's rounding the bend, one of the wheels snaps the axle, and you just hear the driver just swear so loudly, and it catches the eye of like a lot of people in town because they were being moved out of the way in a busy time. Fuck. And like they're just like trying to put the guards in the front. I'll see if I can find a woodsmith, or I don't know what the fuck they're called, and wood carver. And like this guy kind of bolts, and this like thing just like dangerously like sways the boxes as it lands, and then kind of just snaps with the cables that are back on there, and it's just kind of sitting there, and you can hear some squealing and stuff. It's like right outside of your area.
Did that fall off the carriage? Or
Nothing fell off, but one of the axles kind of snapped on one of the middle carriages.
I'll actually approach Shiva.
If it's like 10-15 feet away from me, I'll probably hold the crates stable at least.
It's a bit further than that because you guys are in the shop, like right outside of the shop zone. They're in the street.
Okay.
So probably about 30 feet away, really close, but not that far. Or but not too close, I should say. Yeah.
I wouldn't say.
It looks like people are giving them a wide area.
Should we see
Do you want to help Shiva?
Assist them?
I'll actually do practice more of my thaumaturgy voice and try to speak.
There's not a lot of guards with them. There's like we're talking like knight level plate armor guards at the front that are now holding the front so that no one takes the driving seat and messes with the front carriage. But the back carriage is the one that's snapped, the back tires, and the driver has bolted to go find someone. So there's really no one else manning the back. But if you wanted to talk with anyone, you probably would have to go to the front.
I probably help keep the crate stable because they're tilting over. And just wait for the guard or guy to come back.
Okay.
I'm going to be with Shiva in this instance while the others are talking. Just in case someone pops up and starts screaming at him.
So Shiva, you're probably gonna have to wait a little bit because he kind of ran down the street. So it'll probably be a couple more minutes. So you guys have a couple minutes to do something if you want
to. While I'm there, could I have a quick peek into the back of the? Like, can I see what's inside? Any the crates cracked open or anything like that?
Give me a perception check. Investigation. Excuse me.
Yeah. 4.
Okay, roll me a d10.
Okay, that's something, I guess.
Concerning.
It's just low rolls today for me. 6.
Low rolls, he says, gets a 6.
Well.
Yeah, so you see that there's not really cracks in the crate, but the crate has punctured holes in it to have some sort of creature in this one. This particular one is about medium size, probably like if you were to sit inside of a crate, that would be about how large it would be. So if you could kind of like sit inside of a crate comfortably so your head would clear and sit down and then you can kind of like tuck your knees in just a little bit, not like to the point that it's uncomfortable, but you could like tuck your knees in. You could sit into a crate like kind of human sized, but it has holes punctured in it so that some sort of creature could potentially breathe, or how they might be transporting an animal.
I'll just say to
But
Shiva,
you haven't really looked inside, but that's what you can see right away.
Careful, I think there's something alive in there.
As you say this, you can you can definitely hear breathing.
We lost Shiva.
Yeah, Mesh's thing probably crashed.
No.
Am I near there? Are we all over there?
You guys were still talking.
Yeah, as far as I know, we. Sorry, you go.
So I was gonna ask, how big are the crates? Can I determine like if there's like a humanoid shape that could be in there or something?
Are you gonna look into the crate or not?
I'm just looking at the crate itself from a distance, just judging the size of the crate.
I've given you all the information that you get from that check.
So, okay.
He already said something like if he was crouching down,
Yeah.
then you'd feel it.
I'm not gonna go inside.
No. It's not. It's. I don't think he said go inside the crate. What?
No, is that not what you meant to?
No. It was just a.
Sorry, Rob. What did you mean?
I said if you were to want to go inside the crate, you could fit in there easily.
Oh, okay.
As in, it's a big crate.
This particular one that you have turned the flap around just to take a look behind.
And Jodie, just for we're right outside the tent for the smith, and the wagon's just up from us a little bit. Probably I'd imagine like within 30 feet walking distance, maybe a little bit further than that.
I have moved Jesliann's token where you guys would be, and I'll put this ring. If it'll let me move it, it's not gonna let me move it.
So it sounds like
Jesliann's token is basically where you guys are at. It's in this bend over here.
Okay.
we're, all of us are still outside
Right here.
the tent minus Shiva and Caidi, who have walked up towards the.
Yeah.
So the altercation has taken place here.
Uh-huh.
What the heck happened to my map?
So, what are you doing?
Oh, it's 2 tokens.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean? What am I doing?
What are you traveling to do?
Oh,
He's back.
welcome back. Dante's gonna look kind of concerned to give you the answer to that.
You
It's
don't
kinda
have
like
to tell me.
Let's
Sorry,
say
my
it's
niece unplugged the internet.
fair enough.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Okay.
Let's say it's a bit of Jenny.
Bitter journey.
Yes.
All right. I hope it gets sweeter.
I think it already has.
Oh, good.
Harry, roll me a d10.
Roll me a d10.
No, roll me a d10.
No, roll
What are
me
you gonna
a
do?
D10. Roll me a d10. That's a 3.
Okay.
What was the shopkeeper's name?
Ruger's.
Ruger.
Ruger.
It's called Ruger's
Ruger.
Blacktop.
It's a me, Ruger.
So, Dante, you see a small crate kind of snap on the back end after a while under one of the supporters, and the crate kind of fall. This one's much smaller, but I would say it is. Just a moment. I need to just make
Was
sure
it
that I'm not
further away
here.
from me? I was holding some of them.
Yes. This one's further down. This one is not quite as large. You would guess that if you could probably fit, maybe it's like again human shaped, but it's like longer. So it's not like long in the sense of like a coffin. Think of it being like maybe like a long crate. And there's no holes in it, but it's kind of cracked under the pressure after a bit like fell off that There's some of the splintering of the wood, and you can hear some sort of rattling and rolling inside of there. And then you can kind of hear just like this.
Like a bee.
It sounded more like
that's
when you're in like a tinker shop, like you hear some sort of like whirring thing, or maybe an alchemist beaker that has like a instrument spinning. Maybe it sounded like that just for a brief moment.
What if it was one of those mechanical things that we saw in the prison, like those little they were like a bug or a crab or something, and it was mechanical. What if it was something like that? But then they wouldn't need to breathe, would they? Wouldn't need breathing holes. I don't know.
Can I make an insight check on the sound?
You can make a intelligence flat check
Oh, okay.
on that.
So he's just
Because I have proficiency in insight check on constructs. I don't know if that applies.
I would give you an intelligence with proficiency then, if that's the case. I'll just give you that. We'll go from there.
Okay.
I think it applies. I'm not the DM. I think
Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Hey.
Okay. I'm going to whisper Mesh something so that he can tell you guys what he hears, because I want him to say it, because he's got the info. All right, Mesh, let me give you a whisper.
God, I'm having too much fun. I hate the fact that I'm looking at the time going, aw.
super late for you.
Yeah,
It must be midnight by now.
it's 5 minutes past, actually.
Do you need to get off within the
Oh, God, no.
hour?
No.
I'm so
But
glad
yeah,
we
what-
met your character.
Don't you have
I
work
know.
tomorrow?
No, I go to City tomorrow, though. But that's not till, like, in midday. So, I don't have to
Okay,
wake up, like,
so-
early.
You have a little window, very small window.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, I probably won't go to bed for, like, another fucking 2 or 3 hours in the first place. So,
Yeah.
like, not drastic.
I like the
yes, go.
idea that you're, like, at least knowledge-wise in your mind, you're not from Marquette. But Layla's like, I found one of my people.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It's familiarity, but it's only from
Who-
your end. I'm sitting
Who
there
would
just
be
like, I've
closest
never
to
been
me? I think.
So Caidi is the closest to you. Layla, Dante, and Jesliann are a little bit a ways. I'd say they're about 20 feet away from the card itself. They haven't quite engaged with it yet, but Caidi came over to inspect one of the boxes.
Caidi,
Kind of support one.
I do a low voice, and Caidi, there's definitely some kind of a construct in there. That definitely sounded like something worrying up.
Do you want me to look?
See if it's more.
There's no holes in that
more
one.
like me.
That one's enclosed and cracked.
That's unclosed. Okay. Maybe.
Okay,
Is there anybody watching? The guards starting to come around?
There is a crowd watching.
Okay, so.
yeah, probably because of the giant guy picking up this.
Yeah, that's
Instead of holding the crates, I'm gonna move a little bit to the back, closer to that crate, and just hold the whole cart itself to balance it.
So you lift the cart up?
Yeah, I'm trying to make the back not tilt at all, so I'm holding the whole cart instead of balancing any crates that are.
Okay,
falling.
give me a strength check.
Not a bad idea.
Oh yeah, 16 plus 3, 19.
Okay, so you're starting to realize how heavy this thing is. There's a good reason that this is over capacity. That's why that axle broke. They have not only been over capacity, but your guess is that a lot of the things in here might move. And while they move, that makes the weight distribution less even as well. And this is not meant for people. This is meant for like lumber or something. And these are old carts. I would like, I would say, Layla and Dante and Jesliann, you have not done anything yet. So what is anything that you are considering as an option that you would like to do now while the others have been doing something? You could have been doing something.
I don't know.
If you just want to be watching, that's totally fine.
I think at the moment Dante's kind of just watching, and then like there's just passive conversation between the three of us where it comes up. Although, is it kind of obvious that Shifa and Caidi are a little bit like worried about like there's like weird tension over there?
I'd say your passive perception is pretty safe to assume that they're a little worried. Shifa's probably not just worried, but is body language probably looking for something to help prop this up balance-wise nearby without like crushing the crate that already fell off, but looks to be trying to assist even though he looks nervous, or it looks nervous. You can't quite tell if it's he or she, I guess.
Should we go help out?
Help out. We can go see what they're up to.
I suppose so. Sure, lead the way.
Dante will lead the way. And like,
Lead the way, like 15 feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Can you see the giant not robot picking up the?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So like,
what? Robot.
Not robot. I said not
robot.
I may have said mechanical one.
Shifa, you probably can't hold this up for very much longer.
Difference.
So the unbalance is not going to be something that you can do for a very long period of time. You're probably just going to be able to maybe lift it and realize that there's not much you can do.
Yeah, if the axle's broken, it needs a new axle.
Could I try something?
I'm ears.
While on the back, could I just try and like an echo effect into the back? If you're alive, knock on the crate.
Huh?
The same crate that you were looking at before, or are you looking for a different crate?
No. Like on the outside, I'm just gonna just like not loudly, but enough that whoever's like whatever's in the actual
Old D10.
Car. Okay.
The D10s are concerning.
I just want to know if there's something there without being caught. A 5?
Roll a 5.
Okay.
That's not good.
It's at least mid.
Again, you're not able to see because you're not peeling back
here
the curtain much here.
I
want to get a 5.
I want to get too close because I'm worried. Like, I want to be with my friends and support them, but I'm a little worried about all the people staring. So maybe I'll just stand and look like I'm interacting, but I'm actually watching the crowd.
Cause a distraction, maybe.
What?
Cause a distraction, maybe. Get all the people's eyes off the car itself, so we can just quickly go in and do our business without being caught.
Caidi, in your mind, you hear something.
Oh.
Let me change this really quickly.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Shiva.
Oh, let me speak first.
Are you? Okay. I was about to do an action there.
Don't jump the DM's gun.
Okay. Feet are down.
You're not like the rest. What do you want?
Okay.
Whoa, Jesus.
Hello. Hi. Are you in trouble? Do you need help?
In a manner of speaking.
Who? What are you?
No response.
Sounds like a demonic kobold.
I've been around Shiva to at least be aware that that doesn't sound like a robot per se, or anything that would sound like Shiva.
It's not speaking. This is in your head.
Yes,
and when you're communicating, it's all mentally.
Oh, so you can hear like a voice in my head. I just...
Correct.
Okay.
Oh. So the rest of us can't hear it then?
Correct.
Yeah, no,
You don't know what's going on. Caidi just looks
we
shocked
don't
and
know.
then stopped, like after
Okay.
whispering into the crate.
How many how many of you are there?
I don't know.
3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Very, very long.
Hang
It's
on.
very long.
I don't know.
Oh my god, the voice. Anyway.
Okay, you visibly see me like panic at this point. Not like but just like, oh god, what do I do?
While this is happening, I'm not noticing. I'm trying to eye maybe Jesliann or to like looking at the crowd and being like, do something about that.
Wait, looking at the crowd and do something about it. What can they do?
Like
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
I come from market to bring my order, the Crystal Braves. I would like to show you our talent in our art and protection. We
Performance
are
check.
bodyguards. What?
Performance check.
And I will do my
is no one else doing that?
Performance check.
At this point in time, Dante is not helping with this. He's just sort of like very confused. He does not know what the dynamic is.
I'm so tired. I was gonna.
just like ladies
I
and
thought, like-
gentlemen.
Yeah, Jesliann, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I'm zoning out. I don't know what's going on. I was like, oh, Danny can help, but no, that way, no, he can't.
Nice try.
Not here.
So
I'm zoning out. Sorry.
Jodie,
yeah.
there is clearly something at least alive in the in the truck, we'll call it. But we need a distraction for me to go inside to find out what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. But okay, what are you doing?
I'm waking Jodie up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's this cold as well. It's making me like.
No,
I'm so fuzzy.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dante, give me one more d20 or D10.
One more detail. I'm gonna use my special gold dice for this.
Oh, let's go.
See?
That means-
Gold. Oh, hang on.
I love
Ah,
gold.
shit.
We can't see it because of the filter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll show it later. That's a 9.
No,
That's either really bad or really good, and we don't know.
Okay.
not sure.
Also, once again, I rolled an 11 for performance.
So one of the crates at the front, again, you can't quite see all of the crates because they're all covered, but you can definitively see at the bottom of the front side where the guards are, there is a flat, like, you know how like when you see a bunch of things that are like Tetris, like on a what's it called, like a supply room floor, there's like different level or like different sizes of boxes, and then like they kind of like Tetris them together to make the stack like fit within a certain space, you know what I'm talking about? So at this juncture, because the cover is tied down to kind of keep everything down, the base of it, you can tell how they're lined up at the very bottom and how big each of the crates are, because you can see the width of them before they get covered, right? The very, very front of the first one that doesn't have its axle broken has a massive crate. Like, we're talking like the size of like it could fit like 5 people in it. Like, it's huge.
Yeah.
At least from base to base. You don't know how high it goes. It could just be like flat and have a bunch of swords in it. But what ends up happening is the axle braking has now provided enough stress to that one so that it begins to have something that you can hear, like unmistakable sounds of like one strand at a time snapping.
Yeah, the domino starts to fall.
And you can hear scratching as a reaction to it, like something's hearing it and just going from inside that crate before the front of that crate like snaps the last thing, the cover flies off. That's the only crate in the front one, and it goes on the front, flattening both of the guards and killing them instantly.
Oh god.
As
That is
this
not part
happens, the crate
my-
explodes and everyone screams. And as they are running and this massive cloud goes about, you can all hear the sound.
What the fuck?
And there is a massive, what looks to be like giant beetle that has mandibles and claws that could be buried into your scalp at like you would be nothing, and arms that look like a praying mantis, and this thing is as big as the thing, and you will all need to roll initiative as an Ankeg comes out.
Oh.
My ladies and gentlemen, this is not part of my order.
What is okay?
I will give you a photo in just a moment.
Like
That's
a
what this is
giant
teaching me.
centipede,
Put it down.
No, it's more like a giant beetle.
beetle centipede.
Oh.
It has.
It's a
multiple
beetle
legs.
mantis.
Big bad beetle.
Save image, desktop,
Oh.
save, and then I'll put it on the stream. Image, browse, desktop.
No.
Boom.
We're in danger.
And there it is on the stream. I'll put it between all of y'all.
Oh my god, that's nothing like the beetle I thought of.
Oh,
Right next to Cari.
That
What?
looks like a
Right next to me.
Wait, I'm not.
I'll put it in Discord. I'll put it in Discord.
I was gonna say.
I can see a dog. Where's the beetle? I
That's
can
not
see a
dog.
dog. Oh, that's
Ah, I hate this beetle. It's furry.
It looks like this.
Not in general. What is in general now?
It looks like a beetle. It looks like a not beetle. That's
Well,
something else.
the pincher, like
This thing is a little bit bigger than the size of a horse.
Guys, Granite's a lobster.
Oh,
It
that's
looks like a dinosaur beetle.
enormous.
And I think that's where we're gonna have to pick up next time.
Nah.
Actually, yes, because I'm
No.
losing
I
it.
just want to say to everyone.
Actually, I
Mine-
think for the sake of this,
Huh?
I'm going to.
What, you want to do a one turn
Have
round?
have a round of combat.
If you guys want to do one round,
I'm
Yeah.
done
I'm
for
up
one
for
round.
it. Jodie, are you good for it?
What?
You want to do
Sorry.
do you want to do
Mate.
one round of fighting?
I'm really sorry. This cold is really taking it out of me. I've been ill for over a week, and
You're all good.
Yeah, no, it's just
Would you
Yeah.
prefer to end it now and then do this when you're feeling better?
I would. Yes, please.
Okay.
That's fine.
well, if that's the case, then you see this thing. Look at the nearest section of food goers, and you can see, like, near those food goers that it's eyeing, Brother Kane is over there with a slew of like 3 things of rock candy and like a hot dog, and he goes, like, he's got some sort of hot dog bite in his hand, and then like it falls out of his mouth. He's like, what the fuck is that? And he just bolts. He's like, good luck, dude. He's like, he just fucking yeets out of there.
Let's go.
And as he does, this
Stop
thing
blaming.
puts its pincers into the ground, the little mantis hands in the ground, and the
Yeah.
mandibles open, and a spray of acid melts the carts.
All the car? Oh.
Not the cart it came out of, but all of the food stalls carts, like right there. All of the people have ran, but those carts just go into acid, just completely start corroding.
Yeah, I thought I was getting reinforcements.
Rob, do you want to pre-roll initiative for next time?
Nah, we'll do it next time.
Okay.
Good,
Okay.
I rolled low.
I'll give you guys a reroll.
Do we have to?
At least I
just
drew
rolled
my
it, it's
fans because I was.
And
about to
Harry's
do a
class will have to remain a mystery for yet another span of time.
Yeah. So Mesh is still holding up the car. I was still pondering a way to get inside it. We have.
I would have dropped as soon as.
Now,
something
I will
dangerous
tell you this,
happened.
guys, before you leave. Because this is happening, you do not have to engage this. You know, this town is filled with military that are motivated to keep the town safe. This just happened right next to you. But if you're, like, again, this is what I talked with Cari about. Depending on the party's motivations to, like, leave an impression And to get more jobs, doing a favor for someone or like protecting yourselves might be a good idea to kind of get in the good graces, because if you do something like again, just to motivate you to at least engage this thing. I'm not trying to tell you that you should run from it. I'm not trying to tell you you should engage with it, but as an incentive to engage, someone will notice for sure you did this. And if you're kind of flashy and hard to forget and you do a good thing, then you might get in it either in another adventuring job, or someone will take notice and someone will come up to you later and want to talk to you, that type of thing. And if that's not what you want, then maybe you should engage with this. So just keep that in mind. The other thing is that you notice that while the guards are done and dead, the person that ran away that's connected with the cart, or if there was another person that like was around that was like kind of in the shadows watching them, you don't know. If there's other people that are engaged with this whole thing, they might not be happy that something they're transporting died. So you have to think about that, right? That like there's two different things here, like if that's the case. But you also have to consider, how the fuck did you guys catch this? And why are you bringing this into town?
Yeah. I will say as a let off point, because I was gonna say because Dante isn't like wiggle rope or anything. The second this like falls and hits the guards, and he, like if the creature comes out of it, his hammer is in his fucking hands, and he's got this like determined look of him. Like he's gonna fight this thing, regardless if you guys jump in or not.
And Layla's gonna get in the action because if that thing goes for an innocent civilian, she's a bodyguard.
I would do this the same reason for my autism, so
I would also protect innocents.
But that's gonna do it.
Rob did say it.
I'm gonna
Everybody ran. So if there's no innocents around,
I was waiting for that, Jodie.
Screw the innocent.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you.
Jodie's not gonna do anything, but it's like, where's the money?
I'm protecting my investment.
Give me the money.
Protect the antiquities.
Yeah.
So Jesliann will do.
I will tell you that I have set up this encounter to have multiple possible things that came out of it.
Ooh.
So this is one of them, and Harry rolled one of the two worst ones.
Yes, let's go.
And when you guys rolled D10s earlier, those were other things that are in here. So now you have a separate mini game where you don't want the other crates to break, because that's more shit you're gonna have to deal with. Now it doesn't necessarily mean that they're all gonna kill you like this thing, right? It could mean that they're friendly. It could mean something else. It could mean, you know, it's just an object. Like, you don't know. But there's stuff in each of these things that you want to check out, or you might check out. And if the Ankeg breaks them, then you're in trouble. But I will tell you, this will be chaos. So like if two things, let's like for the sake of the circus analogy, if two things in the circus get out of the cages and one's a lion and one's a bear, there's no telling if they're going to fight each other. So that might just happen.
Yeah.
I might just roll a dice to target whatever's nearby. So that's going to do it for the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been great to be back in the GM's chair for a week. Harry, everybody. Welcome to the team.
is it Sunday yet?
Nah.